It's the fighter and the kid. Had to run it back, cause we back at it again. Yeah, we gon' keep it moving like it's never gonna end. When it was Brendan, when it was Bryan, when it was just talking to friends. We got the kid Callen on the left, with the fighter on the right. Ay, had to do it right, cause we coming at you live. Back with the team, had to keep it OG. Must see TV. Had to do it. Yes, we did, cause we back at it again. It's the fighter and the kid. Back at it again. It's the fighter and the kid. Back at it again. It's the fighter and the kid. It's the fighter and the kid.
This is really the fighter and the kid. We're out.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
Let's go. Is that a Go-Go Duck shirt?
This is a Go-Go.
I use Go-Go Duck.
Duck, Go.
Duck, Duck, Go. I use that.
I don't. I trust.
You still use Google?
Google.
Oh, wow, you're a cuck. Yeah, you know that, right? Like, it's science. No, they did a bunch of, like, studies on it. Like, people that just use Google, cucks.
Well, I am a cuck.
No, it's cool.
No, I'll admit to being a cuck, but it is true that in Richard, what's his name?
Charlie Murphy.
No, who wrote The Madness of Crowds? He has a section in his book about how when you...
Michael Pollan?
No, The Madness of Crowds. He's great. Douglas Murray. He's fantastic. And he says in his thing, he says, basically, Google got so woke that when you Google couple or you Google family, it would be like you'd have to get every image was of a black person with a white person. It'd be a black family. It'd be two gay men.
I went like this.
With
Check,
kids,
please.
all that stuff. And then as you had even European art, they had some obscure like painting of a black person.
And you still subscribe to it.
And it's like, but it was just these people trying to push certain things to the top.
Google pushing the narrative.
And it's like, guys, it's not that accurate. Can you just be a little bit more, like, I don't need your politics when I'm trying to search something simple.
I just want to search something.
That's it.
And Go-Go Duck, you know the problem with Go-Go Duck? It's all I use.
DuckDuckGo. Say DuckDuckGo right now. I'm going to freak out.
Go-Go Duck.
Because I'll deliver surf and turf.
Dude, Go-Go Duck's my thing.
And get rid of the Randy Donut thing, because those donuts suck.
You know what?
At least get sidecar donuts.
You know what? They do suck.
They're not good.
They're not. Sidecar's not original LA though. This is a whole LA like I'm supposed to do a whole LA thing.
Yeah.
Randy's is only in LA.
Oh, an LA thing. I got you. That's okay.
Hey, but to be fair, not a good donut.
No, it's not.
They're dry.
No.
There's nothing special.
My son and I.
You got to go to the hood for them.
Yeah. On Wilshire, there's sidecar donuts and then there's Randy's Donuts. My son goes, let's go to Randy's Donuts. I go, walk in there. I go, walk in there. He walks in there. I go, now hold on. We walk over. I go, sidecar. I go, now you choose which one you want. He goes, I want this one.
Well, now to be fair though, Randy's Donuts, you get a donut for $1.25. Sidecar,
you'll spend $70.
It's a $6 minimum of donut.
This is true.
Oh, you want the donut holes like my fat ass used to eat? Yeah. You're looking at $12 for donut holes.
My bill came to about $35 because I bought 7 donuts or something.
Oh, remember back in the day when we used to hang out off Abbott Kenny, I wanted to celebrate, I forget, I don't know, we hit 10 million downloads or whatever. I was like, oh, I'm going to get 12 donuts from Sidecar. Dude, $112?
It's crazy.
Excuse me? I went,
it's donuts for the elite.
Excuse me?
Donuts for the elite.
Well, also, worth every penny.
Delicious.
And you get what you pay for because Randy's is the Dodge Neons of fucking
You get
donuts.
what you pay for.
They taste like they're dry. There's nothing special. There's better donuts at Ralph's or Albertsons.
Correct.
Like they're trash.
By the way, donuts in general are fucking awesome.
But I have another man's donut shop on my leg, so I'm a cuck.
Donuts are the one.
I'm the cuck. I have a man's name on my leg.
We're both cucks.
You're a cuck because you use Google.
I use Google.
Now DuckDuckGo.
But I use DuckDuckGo sometimes.
The problem with DuckDuckGo is it's like the default search engine on this. I got rid of Google and Yahoo. So it's the default mode. Problem is it doesn't remember anything. So every time, like it's not gonna remember shit.
Oh.
So every time you're in the news, but like it doesn't. There's no algorithm. It doesn't remember anything.
So
there's no cookies.
I'm always fucking. My default is Safari. So it goes right to Google.
Google, yeah. If you want. I mean, you can do the settings on your phone.
I'm so lazy. That's
why I'll do it for you.
Like I parked my car, and I had 38 minutes left in the meter before you didn't have to put money in the meter.
Sure.
Now it was the end of the day. Now I parked my car, and I had to walk
Been there.
You know, I had to walk to the restaurant. Now, all I had to do was put a credit card in. You have to go like this. Take the credit out, put it in a slot.
Too much.
And wait.
Too much to ask.
It's too much. I went, I'm not doing that. My buddy goes, why? I go, you'll get a ticket. I go, I don't have the energy. I don't even have the energy for you to do it. We're walking away.
I don't have the energy to tell you to do it to help me out. Like me and my son went hiking in Santa Monica, and you do like the parking. I just park and we get out, and I'm rushing on time. And he's like, Dad, don't you have to pay to put the thing? Like I see the people over there. He's 6, by the way. Mm-hmm. You don't have to pay to put the thing in the dashboard. I go, no, time's money, dude. Let's get going. So we go, come back, fat ass ticket, $75.
Now
he goes, Dad, I told you. I told you, buddy. Time is money.
Time is money.
Did you have fun on the hike? He goes, yeah. I don't give a shit about the ticket.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Well, I when I go to the beach, you have to put money in. It's a pain in the ass. You got to go pay, then take the stub and put it in your dashboard. I've never fucking done that once, and I've never gotten a ticket. And so all the times I parked, because I don't have the energy, I can't do it. It's too much.
Especially if it's hot out.
It's too much. I'll roll the dice, and when I get a ticket, it'll be $50, and I paid $50 for the year.
Yes.
Okay.
Like you finally caught me.
Yeah.
I've robbed 12 banks. I got caught on the 13th. Cool. I got away with the first 12.
Remember my very gay Prius? It was red. It was,
yeah.
It was the
Maroon.
Red Bull.
Yeah,
I called it the Red Ram.
It's not like red like this. It was like a maroon.
It was a Barcelona red.
Yep, sure.
It was a red Ram. We called it the Red Ram. And it was so non-threatening. It was a dishwasher. There it is. I didn't get tickets. I used to park illegally everywhere. I just did what I want. And I think the meter maids, people are like, no, he's in a red Prius. Life is already tough enough. I never got fucked with.
The meter maid was like, he's being punished already.
Yes. People would cut me off. Dudes would cut me off.
Yeah.
I was just I was the biggest cuck.
Yeah. No,
I should have had a driver's license that said cuck.
Cucks are us.
Cucks are us.
Can you do that? Yeah. You get 7, right? Cucks are us. 5.
Now, did you watch speaking of being a cuck, because I was turned into one.
Yes.
I don't know if you watched Nick Swardon on Theo Vaughn.
I don't watch anybody else's podcast.
But Nick he was like, I'm Bryan Callen. I'm going to beat him up when I see him. I'm going to beat Nick up. We're going to get him on the podcast. And he's going, I'm Bryan Callen. Nick Swardon, one of my favorite people in the world.
He's the best.
I love him. And then he's called you Thiefer McSutherland.
Which is hilarious. Remember when he was on the Fire and the Kid back at the old studio?
Yeah.
And he roasted us? He said I look like an Italian Lego.
He's the greatest. Good. Nick is the great. I just talked to him.
He's the funniest guy of all time.
I just talked to him recently. He's doing some movie. But I love him. And he is truly one of the funniest people on the planet.
Well, I have the clip here.
So let's set it up with the clip, especially for the people listening. So it's a clip of Nick Swardon and Theo Von talking. The title says Nick Swardon and Brendan Schaub both like fajitas. Yeah. So there's been, bottom dwellers being like, oh, Schaub stole a bit from Nick Swardon. He must have done a special on, I don't know, about fajitas. And I had a bit on fajitas. And remember, my girl's Mexican, right? So
you wrote a lot of food, Mexican food jokes.
Yeah, a ton of them. So the fajitas, when I was saying how embarrassing it is, like ordering bottle service at the club, like when you order fajitas, like, you're like, geez, like it's embarrassing. Yeah. Like everyone
Steve
turns
Byrne has a joke
and
like
watches you, I'm sure. So I do, it's not a special or anything. I do that bit at the Comedy Store. I wrote it, I don't know, right before I went on, right? So I do that bit maybe 3 times, and then some fan was like, oh, that's like Nick Swardon's bit. I go, Nick has a fajita bit? He goes, yeah. And this is what people don't realize. The comedy community is pretty tight-knit. We all know each other. So all I do is Nick is a friend is text and go, hey, man, heard you have a fajita bit. I have a new bit that I wrote about fajitas. You have a fajita bit? He goes, I have something like it. What's your premise? I go, fajitas, how embarrassing it is when you order fajitas. It's sizzling. It's like ordering bottle service at the club. He goes, not exactly like mine. I can see how people see it. I went, all good, not going to do it anymore.
I've done that so many times. I had a T-Rex joke, and there was a guy who did a T-Rex joke, and I realized it was just too close. So it used to kill. I stopped doing it. And by the way,
I'm never worried about rapping.
I had seen it before that. So it's like Justin McKinney. Justin McKinney's a great comic, and he had this fucking hilarious Bumblebee joke, where he's like, if you see a fucking car on the highway with the doors open and it's empty, it's because there was a bumblebee in my car or something like that.
Yeah.
It's genius. I had seen that.
had a wasp joke.
I wrote a wasp
Funny
joke, a
though.
hornet
That was
joke.
funny.
Killed it.
I remember
it was
that joke.
different enough, but let me tell you, was I influenced by Justin McKinney? I don't know.
Parallel thinking.
Yeah.
Well, I was even influenced by Nick Swardon. I've never seen his hour. I just know. I don't watch a ton of comedy. I've never seen a special. I've never seen anything.
You don't steal jokes.
We've had him on
That's so silly.
No.
But also, it's not worth talking about because it's hilarious. But I love Thiefer Sutherland.
So funny.
But I remember when I watched Kevin Hart, I think it's called Laughing at My Pain, and he talks about his dad the whole time. I should start writing about my dad. And guess what? I had 50 minutes on my fucking dad.
Easily.
That's how it works, man.
Yeah,
That's
but
how it works.
sometimes, like, I'll see a bit, like, I forget what comic's doing a bit, because I had a bit about Mexicans crossing the border, right? About my wife.
Yeah.
I saw somebody do the bit, and it was so good.
Yeah.
Similar, parallel thinking. It was so good about Mexicans coming to America. I went, I'm not doing that bit anymore.
Sometimes that
I
happens.
can't compete with that.
I've seen
That's the best. But as far as Mexicans cross the, I think it's Santino's bit about Mexican. He does the. I think it's Santino. He does the accent and everything. I'm like, A, I can't do accents like that. B, it was so much smarter, intelligent than my bit. I'm good.
Yeah.
I saw that. Me Laugh Factor, then probably went, oh, I'm not doing the.
I've done that.
And the only common thing was about them crossing the border, and his was so unique and such a good take. I went, oh no, that's so much better than mine. I'm out.
One of the reasons I don't
stop
watch,
doing
I've never watched a lot of comedy is because I'm always afraid of that. Like I'm always afraid I'm gonna steal something or I'm gonna see something. Not steal it, but just subconsciously. Because you can see some shit and it'll get in your head, and the next thing you know, 2 years later, you write a bit.
And you think it was original?
That can come from, you don't know. You can't control
I haven't had that problem yet. Like I said,
haven't either,
the
but-
only parallel thing I've had is this fajita bit. But like Theo said, I talked to Theo yesterday. He's like, hold on, you think you are the only two comics that ordered fajitas and got embarrassed?
Yeah.
He's like, dude, even before Nick, I've heard a fajita bit.
People who steal jokes get found out.
Yeah, and that's I was going to say,
found out.
Especially in today's age. Like
get
back in the day, like I can name some comics that have stolen some of our friends' bits. Life catches up with them. You can't get away, especially in today's society with social media and podcast. There's no way to get away with it. You won't have a career. You'll get found out.
and as you guys are both pointing out, it's something that's on your mind as the worst accusation you could have as a stand-up comedian, that you steal other jokes. So you guys are already guarded against it. Whereas it's like, I'll see fitness like comedy videos and it's like, oh, you're doing the exact same video as somebody else because that ethos doesn't exist.
But in comedy, you couldn't
stand-up
show up
comedy.
to the Improv, the Comedy Store, Laugh Factory if you're stealing jokes. You would get
It's
vote,
because it's
you
the
get voted
worst.
off the island.
It's the
There's
worst
nothing
accusation.
worse. You get voted off the island. If that was your thing, and there's guys that's their thing, they're not allowed in those environments.
That's
People
why-
will steal premises and
Yes.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
Good luck.
There's a few guys that steal
I don't care.
premises.
That's why I'm announcing my last day here. I can't work for.
Can't work for thieves.
Yeah,
You want to play the clip, or do we want to
You
play
guys want to see the clip, or are you good?
What clip?
the? It's
The Theo Von one.
Theo and Nick talking about it, which I think
No, we
is
saw it.
Oh no, we saw it.
Okay.
We played it, right?
Yeah.
No, we didn't play the whole clip.
Oh, we didn't. Okay, hit it.
Brian Callen.
Oh, Bryan did that. That's why I thought I saw
Drilled
it.
by fucking Schaub. Just sitting there.
Hurtful.
Fucking Schaub. Thief or Sutherland.
Thief or Sutherland.
Yeah, that's what I call him.
Dang,
No, I'm kidding. There was a bit about Schaub. Like, I guess he said, people say he stole some fajita joke from me.
Did he?
I don't care. It was just funny.
Like, Theo's like, did he?
I don't care if he did, but I doubt it. I mean, he's had fajitas.
Yeah, a lot of people have had fajitas, yeah. But I haven't seen, I don't know if I've even seen, I haven't seen that joke.
Theo would know.
No, I mean, who fucking cares? Fucking Brian.
Me and Theo have done a million sets together. He would know.
I'm
if it
gonna
was
beat him up.
So
I
funny.
love him. Yeah.
Brian getting fucked.
A fajita
Nick's so
joke.
funny. How long? Nick's been famous forever, dude. You know what I was watching
Nick's
last
been
night
funny
that you were
since he
on.
was 21.
You know what I was watching last night you were on. I bet you have no idea. It was the Artie Lang. It was Vice's The Dark Side of Comedy. So they did Roseanne, which I realized she got canceled off Twitter, and then the next episode was Artie Lang. It was the new one, and I didn't know you and him did so many skits together on Matt TV. Every skit they showed, you were in. So when he did the Baywatch pig thing,
Yeah.
they're talking
Baywatch.
about how fucked up it was for him. And that guy Orlando was like, I didn't agree with the sketch. Like, what's the irony here that he's fat? Like, we're just poking fun at him fat. So
It was
Artie,
his idea.
so yeah, see, they didn't say that. So
Okay,
Artie
so
Lang says.
Artie was. It was
So Artie
Artie's
says he has
idea.
the pig nose on, and you know, they wrapped, but he had to do more shooting, like more takes for it. And he was in the green room, in his room, and he was doing lines of coke with the pig nose on, and he was looking in the mirror, going, "I'm a pig doing coke. I'm a pig doing coke."
Well, there's
which is hilarious.
There's no one funnier than fucking Artie.
The sad thing is, shortly after they finished rapping the pig Baywatch skit, he OD'd.
I'm very aware.
And wrote a suicide letter to his mom and sister.
Yeah.
He took something crazy, like 25 Valium, 25 like something else, and then drank a fifth of Jack Daniels, and then
survived.
No. So Orlando and somebody else found him in his hotel room or wherever they're staying, and they rushed him to the hospital. And they pumped his stomach, and he, continued to do what he's doing now.
Yeah, Artie. That was when I threatened his dealer on that set.
Fuck.
And anyway, there's a long story there. I'm not going to go into it, but I want to say this about Artie. Artie is the funniest. I believe there's Zach Galifianakis and there's Artie Lang as far as naturally funny, like the LeBron James of funny.
Yeah.
Artie's ability to just come up with shit on the fly or just tell a story, I think is unsurpassed. I'd never met anybody with that reservoir of talent. He's also such a good person. Like,
really?
He's such a beautiful person. But he just...
It was interesting because Bobby Lee was talking about how tough, like, the demand is shooting Mad TV, like similar to Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
And Bobby was saying, he goes, I was sober for 3 years, a week into shooting Mad TV because it was so strenuous and so much pressure.
Yeah.
I relapsed. A week.
It was a very, very tough place to work because you'd be pitching an idea and your castmates were usually making fun of you behind there. You could hear them going, I don't think this is funny. And the original cast of Mad TV was some of the most talented motherfuckers. They were so.
And you were on which
good.
season, B?
I was in the original cast, sir.
You're the first cast.
I was in the first 2 seasons of Mad TV. I was in the original cast of baddest motherfuckers on the planet.
Wow.
And when I tell you that they were talented, and I was the least talented, and I was the least experienced by far, that is what was going on. You had Phil Lamar,
Holy
monster.
Shit.
Artie Lang,
Keegan-Michael
monster.
Key.
You had fucking
Jordan Peele.
David Herman, that guy over there, one of the most talented people you'll ever meet in your life, ever. Orlando Jones, unbelievable. These were the best, and the writers were all the writers from
Frank
SCTV,
was on there
Second
too?
City TV. Who?
Frank Caliendo?
Yes, but that was after me. But Frank's, look at all the list of people. Taron Killam was 19 and that talented, killer.
Simon Hilberg's hilarious.
They were all amazing. There were so many really talented people. So many.
And you guys are like the redheaded stepchild because of Saturday Night Live, right?
Yes, especially back then. We were the bad boys.
Saturday Night Live was a big deal.
Bad boys and girls. We were the ones that nobody really fucking did much with, but it was an unbelievable experience, man. And they were so fucking talented. They were just all so experienced, talented, and irreverent. I mean, I would just sit there and listen to the writers come up with shit. But Artie, to be fair, Babe Watch was his idea.
Oh, they don't say that in this.
No, he was so creative. He would come up with ideas. But when you're doing that many drugs, especially blow, and you're in a pig suit and you're freezing, it's the coldest I've ever been.
Because it was on the beach.
Yeah, we were on the beach in a wig and just shorts. It's the coldest I've ever been.
Yeah, I watched the bit. I looked it up and watched the bit after you were on it. I mean, I didn't realize how much you and Artie Lang were together all the time.
Oh, yeah. That was my boy. I loved him.
I
still love him. I love him.
When you landed Mad TV, I know you. I assume you were just like, yeah, whatever.
It was the biggest moment of my life because I realized that I would never be an amateur. At least I had made it as a professional. It was the biggest moment of my life.
Because there was In Living Color, Mad TV, and Saturday Night Live.
Yes. Back then.
And how competitive. Back then, there was no YouTube.
They showed me the list of people I beat out. It was
I had to feel good.
It was 1,100 pages.
Yeah.
I mean, it was literally
so competitive.
Everybody. And I made it because I was so desperate. I was so desperate. You didn't have a plan B.
It
It was life and death. Yeah. It was literally life and death for me.
Or you're gonna fail if you didn't get that.
Yeah. It was the best audition I've
your
ever
dad
done.
has to fly in a private jet back to fucking New York.
My dad and I at the time weren't talking much.
Yeah.
It was tough. Yeah, it was a tough time. But
Yeah, I was watching that. I'm like, holy, you forget that you were on that. I'm like, because you never talk about it. Like, holy shit, that's right. You, Artie Lang, like just these monsters,
the
dude.
monsters. Fucking monsters.
Y'all must have forgot.
And so
My
I
boy
met-
B. Callen's a beast.
I met a
You
young...
can tell by your special. I watched it last night.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We watched last night.
Oh, good. We'll talk. I met a young Joe Rogan on Mad TV.
Because he was on there, right?
Came on as a guest. That's how we became friends.
Bro, the funniest skit, the funniest skit of all time, we can't play it, is when you find out you're like 1% black.
One eighth African American. The octoroon.
The octoroon.
You were dying.
Bro, I could not stop laughing. Dude, it has, have you ever seen it, Mark?
I have.
It's
actually,
one
yeah.
of the funniest bits of all time.
Yeah.
So he's on this date at this fancy restaurant.
Isn't it obvious? I'm
Isn't it
1/8
obvious?
African.
And then the guy comes and you're like, oh, oh, because I'm black.
Don't you think I know what a mayonnaise sauce is? But
And
you
I-
don't
what's funny is
explain
I
that
saw
to all
recently-
Octoroon.
your white customers.
Dude, I could not stop laughing.
And I was incredibly educated, but I was a
Yeah.
black man.
Yeah.
I was like, keep the black man down, you know.
Yeah, when yours, he's like, oh, you don't think I know? It's so fucking funny.
It was
Octoroon.
I'm an octoroon.
I'm an octoroon.
Isn't it obvious? I'm an octoroon.
I think I must have been searching for your sketches on Mad TV, like around when I first met you, because I remember that was one of the first ones that popped up.
Dude,
Yep.
you could never do that sketch today. Like Saturday Night Live's not doing that sketch.
Yep.
It's so funny. And she's all, would you please stop? He's all, oh, isn't it obvious? They're treating us different, like second-class citizens. So I'm an octoroon. And she's all, what are you talking about? Here's this white guy in a suit. Dude, I was laughing
It
so
was like,
fucking hard.
I need a degree to practice microbiology or whatever it was. Like,
Did you write that?
no, I didn't. I wish I had.
It's so funny.
But you always had your hand in it. It
Octoroon.
would come with a sketch.
Yeah.
And we would all rewrite it.
And was it like SNL? Like you could write sketches and put it
Oh
in
yeah,
a hat
yeah,
every
yeah.
week,
You
and
could do it all. I didn't do enough of it, but yeah.
Yeah, when you look at the writers from SNL, it's nutsos. I mean, Louis C.K. was a writer, Conan.
Oh, yeah.
You know, monsters.
Monsters.
Seth Meyers.
So many. I mean, so Alex Bornstein, who created Family Guy, who was one of the creators, one of the producers and creators from the beginning. I think she was that. I mean, there's some amazing talent that comes out of those because the
pressure.
selection process
And the pressure. Like for
It's
you to,
so hard
for you
to
to
make.
even be selected, like if you're a finalist, you're going to have a career.
Well, think about like
You're
when
clearly funny.
When I was coming up, there were really only 5-10 channels.
Yeah.
And pilot season, it was so
So
competitive.
competitive.
And then Australia, and then England came in, and then Ireland, and they all had perfect American accents. So now you're competing with all of them. So when you got a job, when I would get a pilot, it meant I was going to, if it went, it meant I could buy a house. It meant I was going to be rich and famous. So the pressure, and when you get it and you do it and they wouldn't pick up the pilot and you back to square one. That was my life.
And there's no other outlet. Like you can't go to YouTube or whatever,
That was my fucking life. That was everybody's life. It was always.
But as much shade as we throw on YouTube and them suppressing stuff, like thank God for YouTube.
Thank
'Cause
God.
Look at your special. Like obviously you're dealing with different circumstances, but you can still get it out to the people.
yeah.
It's at what 240,000 views.
Yeah, almost
You know
a
what I'm
quarter
saying?
million.
So it's like, yeah, okay, cool.
Did you guys watch it?
Yeah, I watched last night. Yeah, we loved it, dude.
good,
Yeah, it's
good.
great. I think best special you've done.
Good. I appreciate that. A lot
I'm
of
waiting to
people said
watch
that.
it with Luana. I try to get her to watch it.
A
on
lot of people
Sunday.
are saying it's the best thing I've done. I don't know.
I think it's the best
You
one
got to
she's done.
edit it. You got to kill all your babies, right? Like I had 80 minutes, and then you
Yeah.
have to. So that was hard. But yeah, look, I appreciate that. It seems to be received very well.
Octoroon.
I'm an octoroon.
Fuck.
No, there's a lot of hurtful comments on the page, actually, on your special, saying it's unbelievable what a senior citizen can do. And I was like, dude, he's like, take it back.
Take it
Right?
back.
Leo comedy goes, you know little about comedy. You know so
Did you
little
see the
about
video he
comedy.
made?
No.
I got it.
Did you post it?
Watch this. Here's the thing, bro.
Let's take a little break,
Let's take a
dude.
break.
Because listen, this is a great segue because I need
Yeah.
to sleep hard tonight because I'm on a flight. I can leave my house at 3:30 a.m. because I'm headed to Appleton, Wisconsin
Oh, you need to
tomorrow.
sleep
That's
for that.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Appleton, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And then next week I'm in Ontario Improv, September 15th, 17th.
Yep.
Boston, September 29th through October 1st.
Yep.
And we just announced Calgary. Calgary is
Calgary,
freaking
Canada.
October 26th, says 27th on the site. All good. It's actually Calgary just got announced, and right now it's one show only. October 26th. 26th. Come get some Calgary, Canada, eh?
Listen, guys. Listen. Before we get into our sponsor, before we talk, I need my sleep because,
Dude.
I gotta bring heat September 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Yes.
In Raleigh. That's
And we need
this
rest.
weekend.
And we need
Raleigh,
rest.
good nights. Good nights. San Jose, California is next weekend. Can't Stop, Won't Stop. That's the Improv, September 15th, 16th, 17th. Spokane, Washington, Spokane Comedy Club. I got that the next weekend, September 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. Then Tacoma, Washington, Tacoma Comedy Club, September 29th, 30th, and October 1st. Listen, guys.
We're going to need our sleep,
Yes,
Daddy.
and by the way, my special Man Tears, it's just dropped
Go
on
watch
YouTube.
it right now.
Go watch it right now, but only if you like laughing super hard for 50 minutes. Now,
And you're going to laugh and you're going to be tired and you're going to need a great mattress, but just not any old mattress. You
got
need
it.
Helix Sleep. It's premium mattresses.
Sleep. Helix.
Yes, Helix Sleep is a premium mattress brand that provides tailored mattresses based on your unique sleep preferences, all right?
Well, they have
Helix-
14. They have 14 unique mattresses.
Yep, that's right, buddy.
They got luxury models. They got the big and tall for a guy like you. They even have one for kids.
My son, Tiger, sleeps on Helix Sleep, and he's
go.
giant.
But you got to take the sleep quiz, don't
Yeah,
you?
dude, it takes 2 minutes. You knock it out. Side sleeper, stomach sleeper, hot, cold. We got you covered. If
They
you're
ship it to your
sick-
door.
Right, dude.
Right to your door.
You get
Free
a
of
risk-free,
charge.
100 nights risk-free. I took the Helix Sleep Quiz, bro, all right? And I was matched with the perfect mattress because I want something that felt pretty firm, all right? And I sleep on my side, and I do move around, so they partnered me up with the perfect mattress, all right? Not only is the best mattress I've ever slept on, but the setup was so fast, so easy. They deliver it straight to your door for free.
10 to 15-year warranty.
What?
Huh?
And you
Yeah.
get to try it out for 100 nights risk-free. If you don't love it, I know you will. But if you don't, they will pick it up and give you a full refund. Don't take my word for it. Helix has been awarded the #1 mattress picked by GQ and Wired Magazine. All right,
Give them
people love
$200
it.
off
All right.
their first order and give them 2 free pillows. Go ahead.
Free pillows? All right. Go to helixsleep.com/fighter. That's helixsleep.com/fighter. With Helix, better sleep starts now.
Made in the USA, by the way. I need my vegetables. I need my greens. I don't have time to eat as much as I need, though. And I was having a long talk with a good friend of ours. Guy's name rhymes with Hogan. And he was talking about how important all kinds of supplements are.
Dude, you need a multivitamin. You need minerals,
Probiotic.
whole food source ingredients.
Superfood blend.
Dude, multi-minerals, probiotics,
No
green
sugar,
superfoods.
though. No
Dude,
sugar.
I got you covered, man. With my friends at AG1. Yeah, that's right. AG1 Athletic Greens. Join the movement. Athletes, moms, dads, aunts, rookies,
Yeah, but what if I'm
podcasters,
keto?
comics.
What if I'm paleo? What if I'm
Dude,
vegan? What
don't
if I'm
worry about it,
dairy-free?
dude.
What if I'm gluten-free?
1 gram of sugar, less than 1 gram. No GMOs, no nasty chemicals. Tastes fantastic. I mix in 8 ounces of water, and your boy hits the ground running. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you guys immune-supporting free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase if you visit athleticgreens.com/fighter right now. Again, athleticgreens.com/fighter to take control of your health and give AG1 a try. Now let's get back to the freaking program.
Yeah.
I'm not the room.
I'm an octoroon.
Hold on, let's find it.
Tired of being so strong and brave all the time.
I'm better than him.
He's just chilling with his dog.
Such a dick. Such a dick. Oh my God.
He's so fucking
So
funny.
fucking funny.
I love Chris.
Yeah.
Dude, I started watching. I finished that show, the impeachment. Finally got done with it. Man, that didn't work out for anybody, huh?
No. Didn't work out for anybody.
Literally, like Linda Tripp fucked. Right?
Yeah.
People were like disgusted with her because she recorded her friend. She just lied to her that she was her friend.
They made fun of her looks and all that.
Everything.
Yeah.
Linda Tripp, star, like with her nose. She got a nose job and then did Penthouse and was just destroyed in the media. I told my girl, I'm like, can you imagine how they would feel if there's social media back then? Like, imagine Monica Lewinsky, Linda Tripp, if there's social media. And Star was like, I didn't even know I had a nose problem until I came to Hollywood. Until I got, obviously once I came public with this allegation, like I didn't realize I had a bad nose. And she had a nose job. She's like, I had no clue until I fucking started getting on big networks, and then people were like, dude, what's wrong with her nose? And she's like, wait, something's wrong with my nose.
Christ,
But
man.
also,
Bring her up.
yeah, but
What's her
also,
first name?
I don't know.
Star.
Linda
If
Star?
type in Clinton's something Star. But if I looked at her nudes last night, I'm not mad at him. All right, I get why
Yeah.
you do it. And she needed money. She couldn't get a job. She couldn't get hired anywhere after she came out.
Yeah, Ken Starr was the.
Ken Starr's the one who fucked Bill Clinton.
Are you talking about Linda Tripp with the nose?
No.
Or is that someone different?
No, it's Starr.
Linda Tripp was made fun of for being unattractive and all that.
Yes.
But
So there's Monica Lewinsky.
Is it her? No.
he took a lot of shit, man. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
You sure it's Star?
The interesting thing is, who knows how they dealt with it in real life, like as far as Hillary Clinton goes. They show she was mad.
She apparently-
I looked it up. She kicked him out and didn't talk to him for like 3 weeks. She's ride or die. Obviously she kills babies and orders pizza, but Pizzagate. But there she is.
So it's Linda Tripp.
No.
Sure?
No. That's a different person.
it's so hard when people do that to you. You're a woman, and
Type in Star
you live your life
allegations
that way
Bill
anyway.
Clinton.
I hate that shit, man.
Yeah, but even Linda Tripp had surgery too because people made fun of her looks. Like Saturday Night Live roasted her, everyone roasted her.
I don't think that stuff is funny. I've never liked it. I don't know. I just
It's always Kenneth.
Not Jennifer Flowers.
I think that might be it.
no.
Jennifer
That's
Flowers, right?
that's Kent. That's
The problem is there's 2 stars, and the big star. Is it Jones? Miss Jones. Type down the star report. You see at the very bottom, Washington Post. Chin. The very yeah.
Okay.
Click on that. No.
All right.
The one below that one. And what else is crazy to me is they released the star report and just all the details and all that shit. You're like, what? Like to do that to Monica Lewinsky? Like, oh, you fucked her. She was 24 years old.
oh, yeah, 19. She's 19.
When she started, she was 19, but when this came, like when everything came to light, she was 24 years old. It's like she was just getting started, man. Paula Jones.
That's who it is.
Paula Jones nose job.
There you go.
She had
Paula
a
Jones
she had a
nose job.
beak on her.
I remember it, but it's like so fucked up to do that. To
Oh,
somebody.
yes. Yep,
Yeah.
I remember her.
I mean, come on. And she was like, I didn't know I had a bad nose till I, got on TV. It's like, really?
awful.
Do you not have a mirror though? Yeah. Do you not? Did your house not come with mirrors? Right.
Well, you don't. You're living in a different.
See, look at the
world.
before and after right there, Chin, on the far right. You see, no, down that one.
I mean,
like it's a beak on the left. It is what it is, man.
I don't mind it though.
But how much better is the right though?
It is better. That's the truth.
Fat shaming works.
For her face. Yeah. Sometimes you see girls do it. It's like, you did too much.
No, she didn't go full blown, like
like tiny
Instagram
little
girl.
baby
Yeah,
doll noise,
I can't breathe out of it.
yeah.
It's actually a lot better when you actually look at it.
Oh,
it's
dude,
so
she's
much-
a. And then
is
she
so
did
much better.
Penthouse, but it didn't work. Yeah, not mad at the pictures at all. Like me and my girl looked up last night, but it didn't work out for anybody, including Bill Clinton.
No.
And Kavanaugh was a big part in that too, pushing it, the narrative. He was a beast with it.
Really?
John Kavanaugh, big time part of it.
Yep.
What
Yeah.
was his part?
He was because they wanted to go for the Democrats, so his whole thing was like, we gotta quit being so nice to Bill Clinton. Like, let's hit him with like how many times you get a blowjob from Monica Lewinsky,
Yeah.
and even Ken Starr was like, "Whoa, chill, dude." He's like, "No, fuck chilling. There's no chill."
Right.
He's like, "Let's get this guy out of here."
She's got a good body.
Oh no, her pictures are I'm not mad at her at all.
Great body.
But the reason she had to do it, she couldn't get a job. She had a child, so after she came out, couldn't get a job. Nobody would hire her. She went on multiple interviews. Everyone's like, absolutely not. So then Penthouse comes along, offers her like whatever $200,000. She's like, yeah, I need the money.
Yeah.
So she flew to LA, did it because she had a kid. Remember? Click on that far right one.
Yeah, I know.
There you go.
I don't know if that's her though.
That's
This is
not
Paula
her,
Jones.
but I just wanted you to click on it. see what I did there?
Oh, here, there.
that's-
That's
There
gotta
they
be
are.
her.
That's her. Are you mad at that?
Sexy gal, man.
Hey, Clinton.
That's my type.
Hey, Clinton. I get it.
I mean, curvy brunette.
But
Sign me up.
Yeah, I'm not mad at her at all. But the thing I was thinking about this with Clinton, it's like, did he commit adultery? Did he cheat on his wife? Oh yeah, 1,000 times. Okay, that one's a lot. Did he do all that? But nothing was ever illegal till he lied about it under oath. He lied about it, and that's what got him impeached. He lied about it.
Yeah, he was doing some things
And
in
it
the Oval
ruined
Office. There was
so
a lot
many
of
people's
people that were
lives.
like, that's a sacred space.
It ruined so many people's lives. Yeah, it's sacred space. JFK did it.
Well, yeah, I mean,
He got dealt with though.
Yeah. it was
He paid the ultimate price,
It was the
somebody would say.
beginning of the end of that kind of behavior in a way, right? Like it was the beginning of like sexual harassment was when Clarence Thomas was being confirmed. That was the first time we'd ever heard the word what sexual harassment meant, what that was.
I'd say the Me
We
Too movement
realized-
did more than that did.
I'm sorry?
Because you're talking about this is 93, 98?
Yeah.
So,
But it was all part of
even
a
that-
movement, you know, for
yeah,
women.
but still, you still had Harvey Weinstein booming back. That's what's in his heyday.
Well, that was all going on. My father, I remember when sexual harassment was a thing and they were wondering if Anita Hill was lying or not. My dad was, my father told me a story about his own mother who would come home crying because, you know, this fucking boss of hers, her job, my dad, she was the breadwinner. And she had an amazing job and she could not get fired from that job. She couldn't.
Okay.
She needed that fucking money. And that boss, who knows? But that boss took advantage.
Yeah.
And who the fuck knows?
That's a bummer.
But my dad would hear her crying
Oh,
at home.
no.
So when you're a kid and then you know that that's a real thing, you're not too happy with that shit. It'll raise your cockles.
That's what with Linda Tripp, like when you really look into it, like why was she so adamant? Why would she do this? Well, if you look into her history, her father was like a big deal in town and cheated on his mother for like 16 years, but everyone loved him, so he got away with it because he'd pay off the servers and all that stuff. And then eventually they found out. But and he left him when she was like 14, I think. Just walked the house with some other, broad. Left the kid, the family, the mom, the sisters, and was like, "See ya,
What a
I'm gonna
piece
run with
of
this
shit.
girl." So then
Piece of
Linda
shit.
Tripp grew up in that, so she's like, "Fuck this, these guys," and nothing happened. He paid no consequences, just left the family, fucked him over. So Linda Tripp had she had a deep hatred for guys like that. And when she worked in the White House, so she was like, "Hold up, Bill Clinton's like that. Oh, I'm gonna get him."
Yeah.
Because my dad got away with it. This motherfucker's not getting away with it.
You can see all
That's
this.
why she did that.
He had a history of it. But sexual
only
harassment.
she explained that. Like
Yeah.
she didn't explain any of that.
Yeah. Sexual harassment was a very, very real thing forever until about 2017. And if you complained, you got fucking fired or you would never get hired again.
I think what's funny with not funny, but with the Harvey Weinstein stuff is some of these, some of these female superstars in the movie business, you don't hear them talking. He made a lot of their careers. Yeah. If you look it up, like the people that went through that production, was it Miramax?
There were people that
Like you look it up, you're like, oh, wow.
there were people.
Look it up on your own.
There were people.
I'll say this, as to quote Eddie Bravo, look into it.
But there were people who knew that this pig would destroy your career the way he did Mira Sorvino if you didn't play ball.
Yep.
And he was a fucking pig in every sense of
Oh,
the
God,
word.
and he just looks terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, out of all the guys.
I'd seen him in person a number of times. He's fucking
he's-
disgusting.
Looks like a god.
Also smells bad, apparently.
Yeah, and had
Deformed
apparently
genitals.
his dick was all deformed.
Oh, just triple whammy.
Yeah, he's not batting great.
Yeah.
So I got done. Long story short, I get done with the impeachment series. Fantastic, you got to watch it. It's
Yeah.
so fucking good. The actors are great in it. And I started watching this new show. I think it's called The Patient with Steve Carell. Bro, I'm 3 episodes in, short episodes, like 24 minutes each. So I'm 3 or 4 episodes in. So he's like one of the top psychiatrists, therapists in the world, right? He's like a well-known guy. And he sits down with this guy, and the guy's a serial killer.
Oh my God.
But he can't and then Steve Carell, this isn't a spoiler alert. Steve Carell, they've been seeing each other for like 3 months now, and Steve Carell goes, "I'm frustrated, man. Because whenever I try to get in depth with you and get to the root of your problem, you just lie or finagle your way out of it, talk about country music. You're not telling me what's causing all these problems. You clearly have anger issues." The guy's like, "Yeah, I need to get better at that." He's like, "Well, no. The only way this works is if you start being truthful with me." He goes, "Yeah, cool." Next thing you know, he wakes up, the serial killer kidnapped him, chained him to his basement. And he goes, "I'm sorry I have to do this to you, Doc. But the only way I'm going to get better, like you said, I got to start telling the truth. I can't tell you the truth because
You just spoiled the whole part.
No, this isn't the trailer.
Okay.
This isn't the trailer.
Okay.
He goes, "I can't tell you the truth because if I tell you the truth, you're going to go to the authorities because you have to legally."
What an interesting
Dude,
idea.
so he chains him and sits down with him and forces him to get him to get better. He brings his mom down. It's nuts.
I gotta see
It's
this.
an actual serial killer.
This is such
It's such
what
good
a good
premises.
idea.
Oh, it's good.
Fuck.
Steve Carell is a beast.
Yeah, he's a beast.
My girl goes, "I can't. We gotta stop watching this." I go, "Yeah, your mind." She goes, "All I see is Gru," because my kids watch fucking.
But he's a
Despicable Me.
phenomenal actor.
I go, "Gru." I go, "Do you realize what Steve Carell's from Anchorman? He's from The Office.
He's from the Groundlings.
Oh, wait, he's
originally.
from
You know
The
that?
Office.
Did you
Yeah,
know
yeah,
that? He was
Chicago.
Groundlings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, LA.
Second City.
Oh, is it LA? Second City. That's right.
Is it
Second City.
or is it Groundlings? Look it up. I think it was Groundlings.
But either way, my girl is all I hear is Gru. I'm like, oh, that's such a shame. You never watch The Office. You never watch Anchorman. Like this guy's in so much shit.
Yep.
He's such a good actor.
Yep. He really is. I can't wait to watch that. That
Second
sounds
City,
amazing.
yeah.
Second City.
Oh wow, I'm
Marcus
sorry.
The reason I
Of course.
know that is because Tina Fey goes,
Chicago.
between Steve Carell and Stephen Colbert, one of them was a huge ladies' man, but I'm not going to tell you which one. And she said it on Jon Stewart, and he was like, neither of them, hopefully.
Well, yeah. And by the way, Tina Fey's a fucking amazing.
Oh my
talent.
God.
She's like
Oh my
astonishing.
God. She was head writer on Saturday Night Live.
She's
dude.
astonishing.
30 Rock.
Yeah.
So
dude.
good. Like you're like
All,
again, it's a
all of them
comic.
though. Stephen Colbert,
Fuck, dude.
Steve Carell.
Did I ever tell you that I wanted to audition for Anchorman before Steve Carell? Anybody knew Steve Carell? Nobody knew him.
Yeah.
And I go, I want to.
Well, The Office, but yeah.
No, Anchorman was before that.
No.
I believe it probably came around at the same time, but
Anchorman-
Anchorman was like 2003 or something.
Yeah, it was it was before that because
And
because
second-
yeah,
The
he
Since
was
2004.
yeah,
And
no.
then type in
And
The
Office was
Office.
2005. I'm going to
Well, The
guess.
Office-
It might bring up The Office in England though.
yeah, U.S.
March 2005.
Yeah, there you go. So it
Around the
was
same
before
time
that.
now.
But it was
Yeah,
before
you're
that,
right.
So
You're right, B.
So, but
2004,
remember,
2005.
when they were casting Anchorman, it was 2002.
Oh, probably, yeah.
So I call my buddy
that
and I
makes
go,
sense.
"You got to get me in for this role. It's a sick role."
The Steve Carell role
Yes.
is like,
And I'm
Eating
like,
lava
and,
lamps?
I'm fucking, please let me get it. I got all this stuff. And then my buddy Gavin said, "Bub, I'm sorry, but he's going to cast his buddy, who's the Second City guy. It's just the way the business goes."
Yeah,
I'm like,
okay.
all right, they're lost. And then I saw Steve Carell.
oh,
I watched him talk backwards.
he's
in that, and
perfect.
I went,
Yeah, he's so good.
Well, he's better than
Yeah.
I am. And he just is.
Dude, him as the Anchorman in fucking Bruce Almighty. Oh,
Yeah.
my. I was like, how's he do that?
yeah. 4th round draft pick. He's a first round
round.
draft
Yeah,
pick.
yeah, first
You're not
round.
competing with
Yeah.
that guy. That's okay.
I'm telling you, you gotta watch it. The Patient.
I'm all over it.
Oh, it's good.
I need it. Is that HBO?
I watch on Hulu,
Okay, it's
but it might be FX, but Hulu.
fuck, that looks good.
I was going to say, you know what's cool about the two offices is how Carell over time made it his own character.
Yeah,
You know,
Oh shit, it's an original. I'm all over it.
yeah. Well, air the trailer for B. Chin. I know we can't air it for
yeah,
the viewers,
it's-
but the premise is I didn't give away any spoilers. Hey, B, let's take another little break because I'm headed to Appleton, Wisconsin. My mind needs to be right, bro.
Yep.
My mind needs to
Me
be
too.
right.
I'm gonna be this weekend. I'll be in Raleigh,
Good
North
night,
Carolina.
Raleigh.
Good nights.
Yep,
Let's
and
go.
I'm at Appleton next week,
But how
Ontario.
do I keep my brain up to?
Dude, you
up
need
to par?
alpha brain. You know when you're in the zone and you're
Yes.
like, man, what is happening? Well, what if I told you to take a little pill, pill that talks. I'm talking about alpha brain.
Get me in the flow state.
Yeah, bro. World-renowned nootropic.
Yeah, you're
right?
talking
It's a
about Alpha Brain
supplement.
from On It right
Dude,
now?
Over 1 million bottles sold, baby. That's right. Joe Rogan says it helps him form sentences better when he takes his stuff.
He takes it every single time he podcasts. I've never done a podcast with him, including Fight Companion, where he
All
doesn't
podcasts,
take
dude.
his
And listen, if
alpha
you're like, I don't feel jittery, I don't like caffeine, cool. This says caffeine free, baby.
Amino acids,
Alpha Brain is
plant
caffeine
compounds.
free. If you don't like Alpha Brain, you get your money back. Just give them 2 weeks. If you don't like it, they give it to you back, man. Full refund, no return necessary. Save 10% off your order by going to onnit.com/FATK for 10% off your Alpha Brain. That's onnit.com/FATK, or swing by your local Walmart and pick it up. So if you don't want to go to your local Walmart, you can easily just go to onnit.com/FATK and get 10% off Alpha Brain.
There you
You're
go.
welcome.
There you
Now let's
go.
get back to us chatting about nothing.
You ever had pho?
so that really was
Wow.
just a setup because I think we were thinking that was like,
Dude, I'm
That's
so all
setup.
over that.
Episode 1, first
Woo!
minute, you're
Yeah.
like serial killer, therapist, got it.
Yeah.
And you're
I
like,
mean,
oh
so
shit.
it's-
And then, 5 minutes, it starts with him waking up, chained to the bed, and he's like, what the fuck? You're like, oh, I'm in. And you know me, I'm balls deep in serial killer stuff. I'm like, oh, it's so interesting. I was telling my wife, I was like, there's not a therapist in the world that can help serial killer. They don't play by the same rules. Like mentally, like they're sociopath, narcissists, and
but
like,
they don't wanna
that
go-
part of their brain. They don't have empathy.
But
like
they don't want to
others.
go to jail forever. So what they'll try to do is, if you could give them a way to satisfy the craving, they would take it so that they don't have to.
Well, again, this is a
Die or
spoiler
go to
alert.
jail.
He goes because he loves his mom. His dad
There you go,
was
yeah.
brutal, so he loves his mom. So he has him and his mom sit down, and he goes. And his mom starts crying like, "You got to help my son. Obviously, he has an issue. Like I don't have the same issue he has. You have to help him." And so Steve Carell goes, "Look at your mom, man. Every time you have that impulse to kill somebody, think how much you're hurting your mom." And he thought that would help him. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm at the point where I'm on
I can't
episode
wait to
3, and I'm
watch
like, I
this.
wonder if that
I
helps.
can't wait to
Obviously, it
watch
doesn't
this.
help them.
No.
Clearly not.
Yeah, that's
Otherwise,
a-
you don't have a TV
that's
show.
a real compulsion.
Oh my god! Imagine that you're. Well, I told you that fucking professor who was doing a whole the whole panel on serial killers being sociopaths and don't have empathy, and one out of 500 people have it or whatever, and he does the whole trial in the classroom, and he goes, and now I'm not gonna tell you, but just statistically, 1 out of 500, which we have 500 people in here, 501 including myself, one of you will have the characteristics of a serial killer.
Turned out to be him.
So it turns out to be him.
Yeah.
He finds out weeks later, like, oh shit.
Well, that's like this
And his
guy.
kids were like, yeah. He's always like,
Well, this guy
not
Rich-
loving. Like,
this guy Richard Walter, who came up with the essentially blueprint for how a serial killer becomes a serial killer. I recommend reading The Murder Room. Have you read that?
no.
So he is the most prolific. He is the guy who specialized in sadism and lived in that very dark world. And young FBI guys would be like, I want to do this. And he goes, no, you don't. You think you do, but you don't. You'll be destroyed by it.
I can't imagine.
Can't do it.
The
And-
darkness you see?
Well, he did, and he gets into that. And he's the guy who would solve all these cold cases. And Scotland Yard would bring him in to do that.
We know the guy who created the term serial killer is John Douglas, who's the show Mindhunter's about. So they interview Charles Manson, all the big boys.
But this guy was giving a speech to the FBI. He was giving a lecture, right?
on how to
about
spot a serial killer?
Serial killers, how their brains work, how they become serial killers, how they once they get to a certain point, they have to keep upping the ante.
Starts with animals, then they go to
Yes,
humans.
but when
eventually.
they finally get to a point, that's when they become cannibals.
Yeah.
They drink blood. They all do all this stuff. They have to consume, and it's actually always sexual in nature. It's how they get off. And as he's giving this lecture, FBI is giving a lecture. A fucking suspect walks in, a serial killer suspect. Found out where they were, and he comes in.
wanna see
and
what they were
sits
doing.
down. And as he's talking, he looks over and he stops, and he says, "Your suspect's in the fucking room. They've been working on this case." And he goes, "Your suspect's in the room." Now, why was he there? And they couldn't arrest him. They had to get him out of there. They said, "Get out of here. You're not authorized to be here." Now, why was he in there? Because he wanted to learn about himself.
Jesus
Because
Christ.
he was a mystery to himself. And this is exactly the same thing. He was a fucking mystery to himself. And if you read this book, the way he breaks shit down,
Oh yeah.
Scotland Yard, so Scotland
book
Yard,
called?
It's called The Murder Room. Look that up.
The murder room?
Scotland
Yeah,
Yard.
throat problem, huh?
Yeah.
They have cancer.
Scotland Yard
Cancer.
is, you know what Scotland Yard is? It's the FBI for England. Do you
Okay.
know who they are? Okay, so they're like the FBI. So MI6 is the CIA, and the CIA
That can't
is-
be right, Jin. This
What?
is the Sherlock Holmes.
The murder room?
That's it.
Was Sherlock Holmes?
That's it. Well, it's not the heirs of Sherlock Holmes. In other words, that's just theatrical. But
If it's about Sherlock Holmes, I'm out.
no, that's it right there.
Okay.
So about the
it's
father of
fucking
modern
Father of
forensic
modern
science.
forensic science.
Yes, it'll blow your mind.
Oh, that's cool.
It'll blow your mind. But Richard Walter is the FBI
Write that
profiler.
down. The murder room.
Yeah. It'll blow your mind. Yeah. So they bring him in. They bring him in to Scotland Yard, which is the FBI for England. You know, Scotland
Yeah.
Yard has they solve all the biggest crimes.
I'm gonna pick that book up for the road right now.
And so you can't bring an American into a bunch of British detectives who
Sure.
have that much experience.
No
They're gonna be like,
respect.
get this yank
Yeah.
out of here.
Yeah.
It's just how people are tribal,
Yeah,
right?
we're better, but yeah.
So this is how he fucking they've been working on a case for 9 months. And this is how he got all of their fucking attention. There was a crime scene. The barber had his head smashed in. His dick had been cut off and thrown in the trash can.
Okay.
How do you solve that problem? Who did it?
Okay.
Took him 9 months to solve the problem. 9 months.
And back then, I'm assuming it's a.
This wasn't back then. This was fairly recently. This was,
okay.
in the 90s or whatever.
Okay, but still no DNA science like technology.
No, they didn't know.
No fingerprints.
They had to find out who had done this.
Okay, I like.
And so they just showed him a picture, a panoramic, like a picture of it.
Of the crime scene?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he stood there and stared at it for about 6 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, oh, okay. The barber molested a kid, his hair he used to cut. He was friends with the dad. The dad found out, killed him, came in, smashed his head, cut his dick off, threw it in the trash. That's what happened. Boom.
Wow.
Right on.
And that's what happened.
And he goes through why he did that. And he goes through, he can look at a crime scene. These guys can look at a crime scene and tell you, oh, this guy is very muscular and he has sex with women in this position. This guy has a stutter.
Oh, wait.
This guy had a speech impediment. This guy works in a library. This guy will be less than 100 miles away living with his mother.
Jesus Christ.
In his basement. Every single time he was right. Because the way you commit a crime, the way you, like this guy killed his family and he lined them up like cordwood and with their eyes pushed, like he had their faces pushed away from him. He didn't want them looking at him. This guy will be living with his mother and he's delivering pizzas. How do you know that? 1,000 different tells. When you commit a crime, you leave a fingerprint.
What a set of skills.
It's such a set of skills.
Well, me and Mark
It'll blow your fucking mind.
I'm buying the book. I'm going to Barnes & Noble, buying the book, so I have it for my flight's at 5 a.m. tomorrow.
Oh, that's so
cool.
fun.
Appleton, because there's no direct
Well,
flight
Daddy's
to
on his
Appleton.
way to Raleigh. I think I have a similar flight.
Dude.
Oh, well, Appleton, you got to
Leaves
take
at
15
5:30,
planes.
so I leave at 5:30 a.m. That means I be up at 3. Won't get sick from that. So I get up at 3, leave the house by 3:30ish, 3:45. Flight leaves at 5:30. I didn't know they'd leave that early.
Sleep in my house.
And my brother books it. I'm like 5:30. He's like, what else you
Sleep
gonna do?
in my house. I'm 10 minutes away.
Nightmare.
Yeah, Brendan, sleep at Bryan's
Sleep in
house.
my house. I'm 10 minutes away. It'd be easier for you.
I don't mind you waking up early.
Here's the thing.
Honestly, with no traffic, because there's no traffic. I like leaving early rather than late. There's no traffic. I can do the airport in 20 minutes.
So Daddy would do this. Daddy would fly to Chicago, rent a
That's what
car,
we're
and
doing.
drive an hour and a
3 hour
half.
drive. Or you can fly to Chicago and then take a puddle jumper that's like 40 minutes to Appleton.
That's what you'll do.
Or a 3 hour drive. That's what we're doing.
Okay, you can do that. Sorry.
See you. Come on out, Appleton.
Raleigh, North Carolina, I got a direct flight.
But then next week, Daddy's in Ontario, so I get to sleep in my bed. Now, that drive, you'd rather take a 5 a.m. flight in a puddle jumper than sit in that traffic to Ontario,
Pay for a
California.
helicopter. That's where if I wish I had the money.
Uber
to
chopper.
fucking- I would-
Oh my
Wish
God.
I had the money.
Well, you're not playing Ontario, are you, if you have that money?
No, I'll be in San Jose, California the weekend after that. I'll drive.
That's
Maybe
a
I can
great
drive.
club. The
Should I
manager
drive?
there's a close friend.
a good
He's
man.
my boy.
Yeah.
He's English.
Good man.
He's English, yeah. So whenever Joshua fights, he's like, who do you got? Break it down for me. He's the only guy who will leave a 10-minute voice note on why Joshua won't beat Usyk. He's like, no, you're wrong. I'm like, okay.
So,
I went, okay.
Does Usyk have a chance against
Yes. Yeah.
Fury?
Yeah.
He's so good.
For
right?
sure. Yeah. Yeah. His fundamentals are stupid.
Stupid.
How about this dude this weekend is Nate Diaz Khamzat. That's Saturday. And they have Tony Ferguson versus the Leech, Jing Ling.
Damn. Tony Ferguson.
At 170 too. I don't like they did. So there's 2 mismatches on this card, and those are the mismatches. So, and this is talking if you're a DraftKings fan. So mismatches mean for bettors, you have 2 big dogs. You have Khamzat, who start off as a minus 2,400. He's down to minus 117, something like that. 1,775 now, I think. But
Why did he?
because Nate Diaz is more famous. That's how betting in MMA goes. So real bettors will tell you don't bet on MMA.
Got
They
it.
don't make their money on MMA because too many ways to lose.
Okay.
They bet on NFL, NBA, MLB, hockey. Really, MLB's the best for betting.
Right.
Because they're professionals
Yeah.
and there's not that many ways to lose. But in fighting, hey, Nate Diaz he's minus 1050 now. That's the power of the Nick Diaz fan base and Nate Diaz fan base.
Because people are like, I'm ride or die with that guy.
Well, it's the most popular guy is going to get movement. So they set those lines to get movement. So you have Khamzat. So Nate Diaz is a plus 700. And Lee,
Corey Sandhagen is fighting Song Yang.
not on this card. That's
Okay.
a ways from now. That's a tough fight for Corey. But
It is?
yeah.
I don't know
That song.
Song Yang.
Oh my God.
Not even-
Chinese savage.
Oh,
Yeah. He was artificially created in a lab.
Okay.
He looks like fucking Justin Bieber, but
Is
Chinese.
Li
And can fight.
Jing Lang, is he the one who Khamzat choked out?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a savage. So for
Big, strong guy.
Yeah, his head bigger than chins. So they're both like Rottweilers. So for Tony Ferguson, the first fight at 170, they go, all right, here's Jingling. Here's the Leech. You're like, what? Guy needs a win. What are we doing here, dude?
Why is
And then
Tony-
Kevin Holland, Daniel Rodriguez, I think best fight in the card
can't wait.
stylistically.
Yeah.
But it's at
Well-
a catch weight of 180.
Okay, but Daniel Rodriguez's hands, he's a fucking, Kevin's just such a crazy athlete. But I don't know, man.
I wouldn't just say Kevin's an athlete. Kevin can fight.
Yeah, he
dude.
can fight. He can fight his ass off. I'm saying, but that guy
Don't
Daniel
be a
Rodriguez
white
can bang.
announcer from
he can
the
bang.
90s.
He can fucking bang. And his Kevin's like real flashy. Like he does a lot of cool stuff. But Daniel's
No, Kevin can fight, dude.
yes, he can fight. but
Yeah, he's
I'm
not
saying,
flashy.
I
Kevin's fundamentals are fucking.
I think I got Daniel Rodriguez in that fight.
He's a dog. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Kevin's
he
gonna have
fights
a
at
hard
180.
fucking time. Now Kevin, I'm sure has been working on his wrestling, but
Went
that
to
was
AK.
always
Went to AK.
Yeah.
Now Daniel Rodriguez isn't a wrestler. No. This is gonna be a bang. I think it's fight of the night.
You think that they stand and just bang?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If it goes down, it'd be because Kevin Holland shoots. But yeah, Khamzat, Nate Diaz, and Nate Diaz did a sit down like hour interview with Brett Okamoto. It's interesting because in that interview you can tell he doesn't like the attention, stuff like that. He's just talking about how the game's changed, how guys before he was like, if you'd see like BJ Penn or Hoist Gracie in the airport in the mall, how they're superstars, they'd shut it down. He's like champs now, they're just doing they're working for the man. They're doing whatever moves make them the most money. He's like, I don't work like that. He's like, I don't believe in belts. I don't believe in their win-loss system.
Old school guy.
Very old school.
Let me ask you this.
The game just doesn't like the game's past that narrative up 10 years ago. As far as just being a tough guy, it's tough.
Let me ask you Tony's taken some bad head damage, right? Terrible. Justin Gaethje and
Tony's also been doing it for a hot second.
yeah.
Won 9 straight. Was supposed to fight Khabib and it just never came to fruition. Such a bummer because he was the best one.
When did he fight Chandler? When did he get knocked out? How long ago was that?
That's his last fight.
I know.
February. Is that right, Chin?
I'll look it up right now.
Sounds right.
Because it just
Now they
feels
just
like-
announced Chandler Dustin Poirier today. That just got announced.
May 7th.
What'd I say? April, February. So May 7th. Yeah, that's a bet. So he's lost 4 in a row.
It's only 4 months later. I don't know.
I know. I'm not a fan of it, but
I don't like it.
he's lost 4 in a row. To be fair, though, at 55, so he lost to Gaethje, lost to Charles Oliveira, which is
killers.
decision, lost to Darius Killer, and then Michael. So he's lost to the who's literally 1 through 5, or 1 through 4 at 155.
They should have stopped that fucking Justin Gaethje fight.
It was tough, man. But before that, look at the run he was on, dude. Nutsos. One of the best runs of ever. Y'all must have forgot.
Oh, man.
And the UFC goes, thanks for all the fights, man. You're fun to watch. You're going to 70. Here's a top 15 guy. It's like, what? Even with Nate Diaz, it's like, oh, you want to leave? All right, you're going to walk through Chechnyan fucking fire.
I got to
Here's
tell you,
Khamzat.
he looked great against Chandler, like in the first before he got knocked out.
Yeah, he looked fantastic till he gets clipped, And then with and Nate Diaz said, he goes, I didn't ask for this fucking fight. He goes, I don't want this fight.
Nate said that?
Yeah, he goes, I didn't ask for this. He goes, UFC said I asked for this. I didn't ask for this fucking fight. He goes, but I'll fight anyone. I don't give a fuck. What you guys throw? You're like, kudos to you, brother.
No, he's such
And he
a
goes,
warrior.
the pressure's on him. He's such a badass. He's the next big badass. He has to finish me. He's like, the pressure's on him. And he's 100% right. It's just, to me with the UFC, it's just not the way to do it. It's not the way you pay tribute to these guys.
I think it sucks.
Like Nate Diaz has done a lot for the business.
I think it's awful. I mean, Nate Diaz.
It makes no sense in any capacity.
Sucks.
If you're the UFC brass, you're sitting around doing matchups. I would love to hear how you
hostile.
explain Nate Diaz, who's won 1 fight in 6 years, against a raging, surging superstar at 170. It's what?
It seems like the worst. It seems like the biggest fuck you.
But also,
Literally,
UFC,
it actually sounds. It's
dangerous.
dangerous.
Yeah.
It's like you're here. I'll tell you what. Your contract's up. We're gonna give you the toughest, baddest motherfucker who's also huge, and he could really, really hurt.
It's
you.
not fair.
We're gonna do.
And I know
damage
life
to
isn't
you.
fair, but it's like, dude, come on, man. What he's done. Here's my problem: is obviously Dana's surrounded by yes men. How does somebody not raise their hand and go, come on, Dana, this ain't right, dude. Come on, give somebody.
The most beloved fighter, one of the most beloved fighters ever in the UFC.
But how does nobody in Dana's circle go? Hold on. I just got a question. I get the matchup. In what capacity do we think that Nate A deserves to fight Khamzat? B, it does anything for Khamzat if he beats him? Like, let's say the odd makers are right and the minus 2,200 guy goes in there and mops the floor with Nate. What's this do for him? So Khamzat's expected to destroy this young man at his age, all the things he's done for the UFC. So if Khamzat goes in and destroys him, I'm sorry, what do we do with him next? What's this do for Khamzat? What's this do for Nate? Now, to me, and I'll go, Dana, to me, real quick, don't fire me. To me, it looks like you're just trying to diminish the value of Nate Diaz before he leaves. Am I right on that? Then he goes, yeah. I go, all right, then you're doing it. If that's the plan, you're doing it.
Puts a real bad taste in my mouth.
If I'm the commissioner, I go.
It must make every fighter feel like complete shit.
If I'm the commissioner, I go, no, we're not doing that. What are you talking about?
It's the biggest fuck you to Nate, I think.
I don't get the benefit of it.
Well, Dana said that Nate asked for the fight.
No, Nate came out and goes, I did not ask for this fight. I don't give a fuck. I'll fight anybody. I didn't ask for this. I've asked for 10 other people. They gave him me. Fuck it. If this is what I have to do to get out of my contract, let's do it. I'm not scared. He goes, all the pressure's on him.
That's punishing somebody.
The worst way possible, dude.
The worst way possible. Think about it.
Oh, you want to be a fighter? You want to be a fighter?
It's actually saying this. Watch this. So, I mean, this is literally what it is. Say, I want more money.
I want more money.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna beat the living shit out of you. I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. That's kind of what it is.
Chechenian.
And you're gonna you probably get
savage.
Some more brain damage and
here's the problem. It's not like, and this, I'm not throwing shade on Tony Ferguson, but it's not like if Tony gets clipped by the leech, they're gonna stop the fight. Nate's so tough and his chin's so good.
I know.
This fight is set up for him to take punishment.
That's right.
Nate's not
we
going to
can
submit
all
him.
be entertained. And when you say Chechenian fire, it's probably the best way to describe it. It is Chechenian fire.
To me, it's
and you
madness.
know he's going to fight him. You know Nate's going to fight him because Nate's a fucking warrior.
And now, to be fair, the fan base, the hardcores, and just the general fans that went, well, this makes no sense. Why are you giving Nate this fight? So Dana got a bunch of flack, and he goes, no. Nate asked for this. First thing Nate said in the interview, I didn't ask for this.
Did you talk to Rogan about this?
No. I'm against.
Has Rogan said anything about it?
He's excited about it. Here's the thing, B.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put Rogan in that position because he works with the
Yeah, I
UFC.
understand.
So it's not that I'm not loosey goosey. Me and close Rogan are, but
Yeah,
he'll let me get away with it. But I'm not going to put him in a position where I'm going to put him in a corner where he has to defend that fight because you know what? There's no defending that fight.
Yeah.
And I have all the ammunition.
I agree with you.
I can light who sit me in front of Dana, sit me in front of Khamzat's manager. I will destroy you on telling me that this is a fair fight. Destroy you. So I wouldn't do that to Rogan.
Look, Justin Gaethje was like, Nate has 0% chance. These are all guys who are like, and it's no diss on Nate.
I don't think
literally a different weight class.
Hold
How
on,
about that?
hold on. I don't think he has 0% chance. You're dealing with a
I'm just telling you what Justin and his.
and that's fine. Now listen, if we're in reality, if we're living in a normal world, it's MMA, so anything can happen. If we're living in a normal world, I was talking to our boy Jesse today about it. Jesse on Fire, great MMA mind. He was asking me this morning. He goes, legit, watch this interview. One of the best interviews I've ever seen. I watched it. I'm like, okay. And he goes, seriously, dude, if you're gonna bet on what odds would you give it? He goes 10-1, 5-1. I said, in all honesty, if Khamzat has learned from the Gilbert fight where he just fought like a dumbass and still won, the number 2 guy in the world at welterweight, if everything's normal and Khamzat's in the right frame of mind in his camp and he's learned from that Gilbert fight, 50-1, 50-1, 50-1 fucking odds, dude. That's how you want to repay the guy? Now, will this fight do well and sell? Yeah, absolutely. Should Nate Diaz fans support it? You want Nate Diaz to get paid, right? And he gets a part of the pay-per-view, so yeah, he probably should.
Yeah.
But a part of me goes, let's show Dana that this isn't right. Don't buy the fight. It's the only way.
Is Nate done after this? Does he go?
He doesn't think so. He thinks he has another, MMA, and I think boxing. He'll fight Jake Paul.
He's making money.
Mm-hmm. But at a certain time, Nate's not a materialistic guy. He's not a money-driven guy. He wants to pay what he's worth. But, he's not a Conor McGregor. He's not on yachts and doing that shit. That's not his thing. He stays in Stockton. It's not like the market up there's fucking booming. So he's fine. He's not a money-driven guy. He wants what he's paid. But it's... I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about promoting. I don't feel good about, it's just not...
I don't think anybody does.
Well, I think Dana was doing damage control and was like, oh, he asked for this fight. It's Nate Diaz, dude. He could win this. For people saying Nate doesn't have a chance, it's like, you know what you're doing. hey, stop. Yeah. You know what you're doing. And then all the fucking, the people that, and remember, the UFC controls who's allowed to ask questions, right? That's all predetermined. You know this, right?
No.
Oh, yeah. It's all predetermined. So if you're going to fight against the UFC, you're not invited in. That's why Ariel can't be in there. Certain people can't be in there.
Really?
You don't get credentials, Bubba.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you're only if you play ball, you're allowed to be in that press conference to ask questions. So everyone's playing the game. Everyone's gonna
I see.
sugarcoat and go, "This is a
They
good
can
fight."
kick people out and they can.
Excuse me?
Okay.
Yeah, you don't get credentials
They
to
can
get in there.
purify the pool.
Yes. So everyone in there,
Very well run company, and they're making a lot of money.
sure, most money they've ever made. Every year's the
Good.
most money.
You know.
So
Dan's a smart guy.
who am I to criticize them? I'm just saying from ethics standpoint, this ain't right. And everybody in that room should be ashamed of themselves.
Well, I just-
everybody in that room, in that press conference, should be ashamed of themselves.
No.
Because you don't have the balls to go, Dana, come on, dude. I know you say you asked for his fight. You came out on record say you didn't ask for his fight. Why would you do this? What's the real reason behind this? Now, you know, and I know this for a fact, you know, when I think Gilbert Melendez was fighting, they were at a club. So just so you know, so when you get done with Ultimate Fighter, when you get out of the house, Dana takes you to a nightclub. They go, hey guys, great season. We're gonna go to a nightclub. So you go to a Vegas nightclub.
So everybody goose? Who was in it?
Everyone goes. The whole house goes. They pay for everything. You have tables.
Even the ones who were eliminated.
Everyone. We all go because the eliminated fighters can't leave, right? So it's still in the house. So everyone goes. So they invite you to this nightclub, and then they give you money and take you to Spearmint Rhino, right? I'll never forget it. One of the greatest nights of my life. But so Nate is on. I forget what season, but he's a coach. I think Gilbert Melendez, whatever. And so they invite everybody to that nightclub. Nate shows up. Dana's there and he's drinking. And Dana goes, he's something like, "What's up, motherfucker?" to Nate Diaz. Now, I know from dealing with Nate, you can't talk to Nate like that. It's not going to go well. So Dana goes, "What's up, motherfucker?" And he's been drinking. And Nate goes, "What the fuck is up is you need to pay me what I'm worth." In his face, because you need to pay me what I'm worth. And Dana goes, "What the fuck you talking about?" He goes, "I need big name fights and you can pay me what I'm fucking worth." Gets in his face. And they had to be separated because Nate was going to twist his fucking neck off.
Oof. Really?
So the legend of Nate Diaz, I don't know if that story's out there, but the legend of Nate Diaz and why you love him is because of that. That's why you never hear me talk bad about Nate. He fights for the fighters. And you know, the only reason, so when the UFC kept coming back to him, re-sign with us. Nope, I'm out. Nope, I'm going to fight Jake Paul or do my thing. Nope. And then finally, Nate goes, "Wow, these motherfuckers aren't playing." He goes, "It seems like we can get away with a lot." And his manager goes, "Yeah, you probably can. Ask for whatever you want." He goes, "Tell me to sign all 10 of my teammates to the UFC. If he signs all 10 of them, I'll keep fighting. I'll re-sign with him. But he has to sign all 10 of my guys that I train with to the UFC." And they come back, go, "All right, we'll put this guy in the Ultimate Fighter, put this guy in Contender Series." Nate goes, No. You have to give him UFC contracts. UFC goes, "We're not going to do that." He goes, "No, I'm not re-signing." But he was willing to sacrifice his own future, the Jake Paul payday, all this shit in order for all 10 of his teammates to be in the UFC.
Damn.
That's why you should root for Nate Diaz. He's
didn't
fighting
know
the
any of
man.
that.
He's fighting the man. And here's the thing. He's fighting the man. And the bummer is he's not winning.
No.
Because he...
Do you ever win when you fight the man? Very rarely.
I can't name one. And if you ask Tyrone Woodley, he goes, "I wish I never fought the man. It never worked out for me. I would fight, say all this stuff. They disciplined me in ways that I didn't even imagine. They made sure I didn't do media. I didn't get my narrative out there. They suppressed everything I did. And it sacrificed sponsorships, everything. Ruined them. So that's why you should cheer for Nate Diaz this weekend. He's fighting the man. And the chance, not only is he fighting the man, but I give him 50-1 odds. There couldn't be a worse matchup in the fucking world for this man.
If he wins,
you know what? I would give him better odds against Francis Ngannou. How about that?
because at least he can wrestle him.
Yes. Because Francis doesn't have jiu-jitsu. At least he could pull off something. Khamzat can do it all, dude. It's so fucked up. But the reason you should root for him is the reasons I just gave you. That's why you should root for Nate Diaz. He's fighting the man, dude. And odds are it's not going to go his way. Most likely he's going to get absolutely annihilated, but he's dying on his shield. That's why you root for Nate Diaz. That's why we love Nate Diaz. He's not playing the game. To his point and what he did in the Brett Okamoto interview, he's not this guy who wants to be a double champ and make all this money and be the face of the UFC. He doesn't give a fuck about that. He's the anti-man. But that comes with a heavy price.
Heavy price.
That price is a Chechnyan via Sweden motherfucker. He's one of the best talents we've ever seen. And there can be a worse matchup for Nate Diaz. And I love Khamzat. Nobody's on his Chechen nuts more than me. I will suck him off, dude. I love that dude. Yeah, I think he's the future of the UFC. I think he'll be champ at 70, 85, and 205 eventually.
Really?
But I'm not rooting for him this Saturday.
Yeah.
And it's not his fault. The UFC's forced me to root against one of my favorite fighters. And Nate Diaz, to be completely honest, isn't one of my favorite fighters. I don't find him that intense. I don't like the antics, all that shit. But I do like when a guy fights the fucking man.
Well, Nate to me and Nick, I felt the same way. The Diaz brothers, there's a purity to them. And that purity is that they are about fighting only. They weren't about business. They were real. They're just dyed-in-the-wool fighters. They're fighters before they're athletes. They're fighters before they're businessmen. They're fighters.
But you know what the shame,
that's a
I
beautiful
don't mean to
thing.
interrupt you, B, but you know what the shame in all that is when they're done, man. They have nothing to show for it. Because what we're learning and why you're seeing athletes parlay stuff even while they're current in their careers, because they know it's a short window. Because you have to, because when you get done with, especially in the UFC, NFL, MLB, NBA, even though you make more money than God, and if it's guaranteed money, especially in the NFL is not all guaranteed, but you're seeing bigger guarantees than ever. They're taking a page of the NBA, MLB book. So Russell Wilson just re-signed a deal with the Broncos. He's guaranteed like whatever, $265 million. Patrick Mahomes' biggest guarantee of all time. So these guys are smart, dude. They're going,
Well,
no,
they have
hold
a
on.
league behind them.
Hold on. They have the players union. So they're going, no, hold on. These other leagues are doing guarantees. We want guarantees up front now. We're not taking if you play this, throw this many touchdowns. Fuck
injured,
you.
yeah.
Fuck you. I can get injured. Guarantee me money. And they're doing it now. So, but the UFC, we're so far from that.
Yes.
So for Nate Diaz, as much as we love what him and his brother stand for, fighting the man, that story, unfortunately, does not end well.
He might be an exception because he's so romantic in people's hearts. Like
Exception as far as
a sponsorship.
monetization,
Yes.
how him and his brother don't have their own weed business is beyond me.
Talk
It
to
would
Brendan.
sell all the fucking money and I have the connections for you guys. But still, but that's
Don't
what,
have their own weed business?
No. But I'm sure they've done like strains. Fuck a strain, dude. You should be. Mike Tyson has his own weed and has a felony. You guys are good. You can own Mike Tyson doesn't own his own weed company. You can't be a felon and own a weed company. You know this?
No.
So he's an employee of that. The Diaz brothers don't have felonies. They could be the sole owners, and the amount of people that would back them and fund that is unbelievable. I know people that would fund them right now. They'd make all the money in the world. But because they're the Diaz brothers, they're not thinking like that. And unfortunately,
Hey, somebody send this to the Diaz brothers.
and unfortunately, because they don't think like that, 10 years from now, that road does not end well, dude.
Let's go. Guys, Diaz brothers.
It's
Weed
a
business.
blessing and a curse.
Talk
It's a
to this
blessing
guy.
and a curse,
Yeah.
It's a curse and a blessing. Like, the blessing is we all love them, but we're not paying their bills in 10 years when CT sets in from all the damage. And you're out of your fucking mind if you don't think those guys have CT in 10 years. You're out of your mind. Most people do that come from it. I'm sure I have a splash of it.
Haven't seen it. I was going to tell you about that. Actually, let's talk about that for a second because I was thinking about that loud and clear the other day. And you've played football for 13 years.
Longer than
fucking
that, longer than that.
Yeah. And
I played football. I started playing tackle football when I was 6. So 6 to started playing football when I was 24.
CT is at the forefront of your
Was it
mind. A lot of
18
people
years?
don't realize. but-
It's not at the forefront of mine. I don't think because I can't control it.
Yeah, but it's a thing, right?
I joke about it, but I'm not concerned about it.
But
in any
you're
facet.
probably sure you have it, and a lot of people do. I actually was thinking about this the other day because I was listening to you talk, and I was listening to the things you were saying, and then I was thinking about the podcast we do with Rogan for 4.5 hours, and then we hung out, and you were really tired.
I wasn't tired. I was upset, B.
No, I know, but
I
no,
don't get tired.
At the end of the night when we
when we got back to the
we were
hotel,
tired. We were
I told
beat.
you I'm exhausted.
Yeah, we were both.
We both exhausted.
What I'm trying to say
you
is
wanted
that-
to get a drink. I was like, dude, I'm fucking exhausted.
What I'm trying to say is that you're like that would be when you'd start to see some stuff, and I've seen CT on some people, right? And I don't think you have any of it, and I'm a doctor, so you're welcome.
It might rear its ugly
Well,
head.
no, I'm
when
just
a little
telling you,
older,
when
but
you and I have conversations about strategy and we talk about things and we talk about, and I watch the way you're, a lot of times you can hear it in slurs. Like you have a speech impediment.
I've had that since I was
I
a
know
baby.
that. So I'm paying it. Like I was looking at old shit that we did and now I'm looking
Different.
at this.
Different.
It's not though. It's
No.
not. You speak actually more clearly because you were aware of
More
it.
clearly not because I became aware of it because I talk for a living.
That's what I'm saying. So if anything, it's gotten better, and
Yes.
that's not what happens a lot of times. So it's interesting because you have it's very interesting that you've done so much sports. And we were at a table with a bunch of black belts in jiu-jitsu and other things. Everybody's injured. And they've done a fraction of the amount of physical shit he's done. And he doesn't have any injuries. No knee.
I could run a
no
Tough
back,
Mudder every week.
No neck. No elbow.
You know why they'll be?
Nothing.
Because to them, maybe whatever, jiu-jitsu's life, but it's not. It's not paying their bills. I did it as a professional, but even if I wasn't a professional athlete for a number of years, I've been in gym since I was 5 years old. My dad took me to the gym when I was 5. So the gym is my life.
You might have a very sturdy body.
Gym's my life. My dad's never injured. My brother's never injured.
Strong.
But we
people.
grew up, like Mark knows this, like I just, I've built this.
You've never
body
stopped
since I was-
working out.
Never.
You've never stopped working out.
Never. But also, to the point of CT, I don't know if Mark will realize this, my brother will know this. Every time I get off stage, every single time I do over an hour of stand-up, I look at my brother and Mark, go, CT my ass, and walk in the green.
You too?
Every single time.
Come on, baby.
What's up, Daddy?
Come on,
But also,
baby.
you got to remember, a lot of these guys, they stop reading, they stop doing, they stop firing those neurons.
When are you going to stop stealing jokes?
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
I'm going to piss out of my dick. I'm dying.
Are you dying?
I'm dying. Hot outside. How was the Malibu chili cook-off?
Oh, well, we haven't seen each other since
See any
then.
celebrities?
TMZ was there. They were all over me. But my Tiger goes, Dad, who are they? I'm like, they just want to picture your dad, dude. Be cool. I was like, just keep moving, too. Don't stop. She's like, who are you guys? I'm like, no, don't do that. Just keep going. Now your boy,
Dude, Boston looks just like his brother when he was younger.
they look just like
Oh, my
They're my
God.
little mini-me's. So, they call them stuffies, stuffed toys. So we walk in, you know how it is, you've been there. There's all those carnival games with the stuffed toys. So T goes, Dad, let's get stuffed toys. I'm like, well, you just can't buy them. He goes, let's buy some. No, you got to win them. So he goes, let's not go on rides, let's get the stuffed toys. I'm like, God damn it. But your boy was on. I went 4 for 4. You see the big one? That ain't easy, dude. That is not easy.
Look at you. You're so hot.
Oh, I'm sweating. There's sweat dripping off my nose. Put the volume up, Jen.
Honestly, do you think it's fair that because you're so small, I have to go on all the rides with you and I don't fit on them? You think that's not?
He goes, yeah.
You think that's good, boss? Yeah. Oh, okay. 'Cause I can't feel my legs.
I'm in this.
I know exactly what you're in. I know exactly what train you're in.
And the guy
goes around like
the conductor comes over and goes, "You think you're gonna fit?" I'm like, "Oh, can he ride by himself?" He goes, "Absolutely not." I go, "Well, it doesn't matter then. I'll force myself to fit, right?"
It doesn't matter.
And then we're on the swings. The swing thing that flips flips around.
Oh,
I thought you had to I couldn't get mine was broke, so I couldn't lift the strap up. So I was like, "Oh, you got to jump into it." So I go, "Boston, back up." And they're swinging. They go, back up, dude. Dad's going to jump in and I'll pick you up. And he goes, okay, Papa. He doesn't go enough. I go, dude, back up. I'm going to jump in. If it swings, you're going to get fucking hit. He goes, okay, Papa. So I'm focused on that. I go to jump in. Of course, it swings. Boom, right in the face. Oof. He's crying like death. People are looking at me. I'm like, hey, ooh. I tell Boss, I go, dude, he's so loud. I go, bro, you have got to quit crying. I go, I want happy Bosty. I go, if you don't stop crying, we're not going on the rides. He goes, no, I want to go. I want to go on the ride. I'm like, that's what I thought.
Who
Let's
is
go on the
the
ride.
gal? Is that Katy Perry you're hugging?
No, that's freaking Laura
Ryan,
Sanko.
I wish I knew Katy Perry, right? Katy Perry's not coming on a
Katy
food
Perry's
truck.
so
She's
hot.
not fun.
Who is that?
Now, well, Laura Sanko, go ahead and play that.
All
so
right.
Brian knows.
The future of UFC commentary.
You know her, Bryan.
Is an absolute superstar in Dana White's Contender Series. It's Laura Sanko. We flew her all the way from Kansas City to feed her.
She was a fighter.
On this week's Food Truck Dive.
She fought, yeah.
She had 3 fights.
We're dating, Brian.
I love that she was. She's good too.
Oh,
So
she is so. The only reason I had her on, I mean, obviously she's a gorgeous girl, but so talented.
Oh, what is that
We're going to split the load friends.
Aren't just easy. I give her some Yeezys.
So these are going to be rock those.
Those are so nice.
Boys at Suplex.
She did.
That's so cool.
She's so dope. She's
She
so
seems
good
like
at
it.
her job.
She's like wifey material.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Oh, dude,
I
she's
said it.
a unicorn. No,
mean,
she's a unicorn.
I've watched her. I was watching her. I'm like, who is this? Who is this gal?
Because you know me, unless you really know fighting, I don't love to talk fighting.
Yeah, but
so I figured, she knows fighting, but it's a job. Like, I've interviewed before when we worked at Fox, some of the NFL girls who work don't really know football, right? And I'm like, okay, you're just a pretty face, dude. She knows her shit. shit.
She fought.
But when you bring it up, you're like, oh my God. That's what I told her. You're a unicorn. And she's like, oh, I love it. And I was like, if the UFC doesn't pay you more, like the NFL or NBA is going to come calling. She's like, I don't care. All I care about is fighting. All I know is fighting.
Amazing.
Yeah, she's such a badass.
She's a badass.
Superstar. So she's interesting because she was fighting, got pregnant, and was like, well, I can't become champ if I'm pregnant because I got to dedicate my life to my kid. I don't want to be, because she's like, how fighting, like, it's going to take, that's all you have to care about. She gave up her fighting career. And then she was just sitting around the house. And then the Invicta, which is the female league, the biggest female league, the Invicta lady who owns it called her, goes, hey, can you do interviews? She goes, I've never been on camera. I've never interviewed anybody. They go, we feel like you have to look for it. You'll feel it out. So she started like that.
A natural.
Beast. And then Dana White Contender Series starts. She's on there. She's the first female ever to do play-by-play commentating for a professional UFC fight. Crushes it there. So now the next step for her and the UFC, dear God, they need to do it, is get her as on a pay-per-view or a fight night.
Oh, yeah.
And she'll get there. She's such a savage.
Jeez.
And just a good person.
Well, she fought, Also, that's a huge thing. Like, maybe
She still trains to this day.
That's a lot. Yeah.
Trains all the time.
There you go.
Crazy shape.
Oh, really? And she was like, I'm out of shape. I was like, you're out of shape?
Her waist is like this big.
Oh, she's a unicorn, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's so dope, too. Such a good person.
Yeah, she was really cool to talk to.
That's us hugging, Brian. Be cool.
Be cool.
Look at her training right there. Oh,
Yeah, she does train.
This is her. Yeah.
She talked about it too. Like she wants to make sure she puts training videos in there as well so people know that she's not just like a
No, she's
a pretty
legit.
face.
She's fucking legit.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan.
And she has like a farm or something, right? She works.
She lives on a farm.
Yeah,
Bodied
which
up.
is dope.
The one of her running chin, what is that?
Running.
The only
here,
one
here.
where she's sweaty.
It's just form, yeah.
All right, fine. Let's see if there's music.
5.5 miles Sunday run as usual.
Different day. But I'm going to continue being a badass.
Yep.
Yeah, she's
Yep.
She's stunning. Yeah, she's great.
and she's awesome at her job. She's like freaking.
Oh,
super good, yeah.
she's
So
a
she's
fighter.
going to be the first, like when she takes over, like like one of these desk spots at the commentating.
Like
thing.
Dana called her the Ronda Rousey of commentating. Like she's the girl who's going to set the path
So she'll
for
be
all
like
females. Like
Rogan
little
and
girls are going
DC.
to grow up looking up to Laura Sanko. Like she's such a beast.
Sanko,
she's so
what is
good
that
at her
name?
job.
And you called her the Hoist Gracie, basically.
I said, hold on. They keep saying you're Ronda Rousey. You're Hoist Grace.
Yeah.
You're the first.
Yep. She's incredible.
Yeah. It's a fun food
Without a
truck,
doubt.
too. Ooh, we got a big food truck next week, baby.
Can you say?
I won't yet. I hate announcing early. You never know. Shit happens.
You never know.
People cancel.
You never
or-
know.
Who knows? A fucking nuclear bomb.
it's never too late.
Putin has a heart attack and launches a nuke and it cancels the food
But
truck.
I'll tell you what, it's never too late for. It's never too late to watch Man Tears, guys.
Yes.
Oh my
Available
God. I'm glad
now.
you brought it
Man
up.
Tears.
Brian Callen YouTube.
And so you enjoyed
Brian
it, Brent,
Callen.
right?
Enjoyed what? The special?
special,
Yeah.
Come on, man. He's my boy.
I've been waiting. I've been wanted to watch it like maybe on my phone or something like that. I'm waiting until Luana can watch it with me on the big screen.
There you
Been
go.
out a week. That's fine.
All right.
She also loves your comedy. I told
Thank
you
you,
last
sir.
time we saw you live, she was like screaming to the point of embarrassing me. I'm like, "Could you not?" Like
I've gotten some good reviews, I have to say. So, but now I got to start all over again. I'm trying to write. Pushing a wheel up a hill, pushing wheels up a hill.
Painting that's never done.
You're gonna see a lot of new stuff. San Jose and Raleigh and fucking Spokane and Tacoma. Let's go.
Nothing's-
One week after another.
Oh, dude, I'm on the road every week
Every
in
fucking-
September. My grandma
Me
went,
too.
you're on the road every week? I'm going to pass away, and then we're going to do the memorial on your only weekend off.
There you go.
So you're going to come to Denver during your only weekend off. I went, say less, Grandma.
There it is.
I'm flying out there.
there it is. Yeah, you are.
Appleton first, then Ontario. Isn't it weird once you shoot a special? Nothing drives me more nuts when a comic shoots a special and then they go on tour and they still do bits from the special. How dare you?
Yeah.
Now, if you're Jerry Seinfeld or Jay Leno, who don't shoot specials, well, Jerry Seinfeld has the same special twice he released, but they don't believe in specials. They believe people. It's like I talked to Jay Leno in person at the car show. See him there all the time. The one they canceled, you suck, Malibu Cafe. But they, Jay Leno goes, yeah, I don't believe in it. You never want to shoot a special? He goes, no. He goes, when you go see Aerosmith, right? He's older. I was like, I'd never go to Aerosmith. But he goes, if you go see Aerosmith, do you want to see them do new songs? Oh, no, it would suck. He goes, yeah. You want to see the classics?
I don't agree with him. at all, but that's okay.
Yep.
But that's kind of like the analogy.
And then Jay Leno goes, "Look at my bank account. Shut your fucking mouth."
Right. He doesn't need to.
Fair point, sir.
Like Aerosmith also released albums.
Jay Leno was never a guy I looked up to comedically, but that's okay.
Oh, he was a beast though. And Jay Leno was the guy for the Comedy Store. Remember the Comedy Store? If you played the Comedy Store, you couldn't play the Improv. He was like, no, I'm doing whatever I want. And he's such a savage. They couldn't tell him no.
Yeah.
And when the comics went on strike, he was like the main guy. Like he was a beast back in the day. Yeah. But I get what you're saying as far as
different
creatively.
rules for him, right?
Successful guy. Good guy.
Super successful.
Yeah. Good guy.
You know, he's never spent a dime from the money they makes for the Tonight Show.
Yeah, I know.
Never.
That annoys me, but yeah.
Well, I mean, but it's like, but you make $100 million doing stand up.
Yeah.
You couldn't spend that money.
I'm just using this giant pile of money and saving this other giant pile of money for later.
I don't know him that well. I'm like, what do you do with all that money? Are you looking for donations? I have a GoFundMe.
Yeah. You gonna wait to die?
You do? I don't, but I'll start one up if you're going to donate.
Yeah, it's really weird.
A 10 mil so I can chill out.
Let's watch this.
Let's go to current events, Chin. Quit talking our ears off.
The Harry Styles thing.
Oh, that
got me. I just saw it. It got me distracted.
What if I was just chilling? My nuts were hanging out.
Just fuck it.
Dude, that reminds me. Shout out to Denver Post. You ever seen that article of the guy whose house burnt down, and he's on the and someone just missed it. Just things happen. He's in jean shorts, and he's sitting on like a fucking milk carton because his house burned down behind him, and his nuts are hanging out.
I sure have.
It's like
we saw it on the show.
It's like it couldn't have gotten any worse for the man. And then someone running the paper puts him on the front post, and his nuts are hanging out.
Sir, that's a dead baby bird. Oh no, those are your nuts.
They're like, sir, we're so sorry your house burned down, but real quick, do you mind if we make you the laughing stock of America by putting you sitting here sad? Oh, you got put in Denver, Chin. It's happened
Denver?
before. Yeah, it's Denver Post.
I mean, we've done this before.
Listen, dude, we've done so many fucking shows. Just give us.
I didn't see this.
Denver Post, man's nuts hanging out front cover.
Denver Post, man's nuts hanging out.
There it is.
What?
You got it. Go ahead. But it got popped up. Anybody remember this unfortunate guy?
The story was nuts.
There you go.
You see his balls to the left. Look at the house behind him.
Dude, sorry. Sorry, bro.
Sorry, man.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's actually Rocky Mountain. Rocky Mountain News.
There's his balls.
Residents return. He's just his nuts. He's all, God damn it, dude. But does he not have underoos on?
There was a picture where it showed it more. I remember we saw it before.
He had no time.
How funny is that? Somebody got fired.
Yeah, anyways.
You imagine if just my nuts were hanging out right now? YouTube would be all
Just
over
heavy.
us. Just a heavy root. Huh? Oh, this little thing.
Oops.
Oh,
Your shorts are so short, dude.
I know.
They're so short.
Showing a lot of your leg.
That's how I do it, dude. You would too if you had these fucking teardrops.
There you go.
By the way, Brent, you like all this like murder crazy stuff?
Yeah.
You gotta watch like Bryan watched before. Old Boy, the Korean movie Old Boy.
Such a good movie.
And
is there subtitles?
Yes.
Nope.
You like Squid Game, right?
Paradise.
I enjoyed Squid Game.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, give it a shot.
See Parasite?
Parasite too.
Dude, that was
Parasite.
good.
Okay,
Fuck
so you might
yeah.
want to watch it.
Never seen that.
And I saw The Devil.
No?
No, I just showing you guys.
You never
tell
saw
me about it.
Parasite?
No, I have seen it.
Wow. You love that movie.
Parasite.
Dude, I
Old
guarantee
Boy?
you, just
Old
watch
Boy
Old
and
Boy. Just watch
Parasite?
Old Boy.
Wow.
And don't ask anyone about it. Just
Dude.
watch it.
Dude.
Don't look it up. Don't Google it. Just watch
Great
Old Boy.
movies. That's a crazy good movie.
It's so
Old
good.
Boy will blow your mind.
Is it on Netflix?
Just you got to see the
on
Korean
one of
version.
those
See the Korean version
apps.
and you'll go.
Yeah, not
It'll
the
blow
American
your
version.
No. You don't want to do the
American version
remake.
sucks. Yeah.
It'll blow your mind. Actually, you especially.
It is so
Trust
insane.
me on
dude.
Old Boy. Trust me.
Insane.
Trust me.
You'll
And
freak out.
Parasite. How about Parasite?
Yeah, they're all.
Fuck, that's a good movie. Woo!
Have you not
Well,
seen Parasite?
it won the Academy Award for.
Have you not seen Parasite?
No.
It won the Academy Award.
No, because the one that Academy Award in Hollywood was like, so I was like, I'm out.
No, it's
Anything Hollywood loves, I'm out.
It's-
But
So
also,
good.
this was a foreign feature that they're folding into the Best Picture category for the first time ever because there's all sorts of
But it was so good and unique, and so is Old Boy. I think same director.
I think so. Yeah.
I don't trust
Watched a
anything
lot of
Hollywood.
Fucking so
I don't trust anything Hollywood
Parasite's like top
co-signs.
3 movies
Guy-
for me of all time.
Oh, I mean, it's one of the best movies ever. You just like you watch
Yeah.
it and you're like, some people are so smart and talented. It's so.
and
fucking
also,
weird.
Brendan,
God, that's such a good
you
movie.
would like it because of the darkness and the humor.
No, it's
of
genius.
it.
Parasite or
It's genius.
Parasite.
Both.
I'm saying Parasite for the.
What's the other one?
both,
New
yeah.
Boy?
Yeah,
New
but
Boy?
it's-
Old boy.
Old Boy.
It's
Old
genius.
boy.
It's actually genius. If you're not going to watch it, it's on you.
No, I'll watch it.
You gotta
I
watch
gotta
Old
go
Boy.
buy this book though that you told me about. One
Yeah.
thing at a time, man.
Old boy, but don't look up anything.
We
Don't
should
Google
watch
it.
Parasite while we're in Appleton, Wisconsin.
God,
That's not a bad idea.
Make him watch that.
Yeah.
I wonder if Jason. I bet
Once you
Jason's
watch it,
everything.
you're gonna go. Like you can't watch 5 minutes of it. You're gonna go. Wait a minute.
Oh,
It's
God.
so good.
You know what I do on the road? I just watch the same show over and over. I watch
it's so
Mindhunter over and over.
Yeah. Well, you got to watch
both seasons.
I would watch these 2 movies.
Yeah. And I saw the devil. I saw the devil.
Too many. You're
Hey,
doing too
there's only 3.
Now, let me do Old Boy and
Old
then we'll
boy
take it
first
from there.
because Old boy's the oldest one.
We'll go
He'll
Old Boy
see it
first.
and then I'll be like,
Yeah, I know. He's gonna. You're gonna talk about it
And another thing
forever.
about Parasite.
Yeah, that's how I roll.
I'm both deep in Korean movies now.
Yeah.
That's what he's gonna say. All right.
All right. So the whole Harry Styles thing, it's kind of weird. So you know that Harry Styles is, I guess, allegedly dating Olivia Wilde
There's
right
no
now.
allegedly. They're together.
I mean, yeah. So they've been caught together holding hands and stuff like that. So
yeah, she
and
cheated
apparently
on her man. With
she
him.
apparently she cheated on Jason Sudeikis.
Yep.
I believe his name.
He served her papers during a live Broadway play.
So that happened, but then during this new movie that she directed during a premiere of it, I'll play the video.
She's
real quick.
gorgeous, by the way.
Well, she's
gorgeous. I used to see her all the time in Venice.
So this Chris Pine right here in the
He's
middle,
a great
right?
guy. Chris Pine.
Why is he dressed like the Riddler?
So look again.
Yeah, he did that.
So it looks
I think
like-
he's just funny.
It looks like Chris. Sorry, it looks
Chris
like
Pine's
Harry
a great
Styles.
guy.
Yeah, it looks like Harry Styles spit on Chris
Yeah.
Pine, and you can see him like stop
I
doing
think
what
he
he's
did it on
doing.
purpose.
Let me
I think He
see.
spit his gum.
Watch.
Oh, he did.
So Chris Pine's like,
And Chris Pine goes,
yeah, and also Harry Styles is
Chris
sitting
is laughing.
Of course.
sitting away from.
It's an inside joke.
Olivia
They're
Wilde.
Yeah,
Oh,
fucking
it seems
around.
like they're just fucking around, and everyone's like, "Oh, drama."
No.
This is
Harry
the
Styles
YouTube
is
Reddit in
funny.
general, like drama.
Yeah.
Harry Styles.
Everybody see Harry Styles spit on him, like, yeah, they're bros.
Yeah, it looks like he
And he
spit
spit
like
on
some gum or something.
Right there, he stops.
Wish you could see the gum though. You can't. See
I mean, you can't see anything.
It's hilarious.
I think he's funny as shit. Harry Styles seems like an awesome guy.
That clip makes me want to cut my hair because I'm like, Chris Pine looks so much better with short
Harry
hair.
Styles
He
will
does.
steal your
Yeah,
girl.
yeah.
Also,
He's got a sense of humor.
look equally terrible.
yeah, Chris Pine usually Chris Pine's a dime piece, and I like longer hair. I see him and I'm like, God, he looks awful.
Yeah.
What did he win for here for his role?
No, this is a premiere.
That's a premiere.
It's a premiere.
Yeah. No, they're clapping because there's big collars.
But also, it's kind of like people think something happened because Chris Pine is sitting next to Olivia Wilde, and then Chris is in between Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde. So maybe since she cheated on freaking her man before, who knows if she hooked up with
rumor
Chris?
mill. Hey,
I'm just
rumor mill.
saying.
This is what the internet's running wild.
Yeah.
with.
No,
But then also,
they're joking around.
those movie
Those two are joking.
Yeah, I agree. But his hair, don't ever wear that again. Also, you look like a shitty Matrix Brad Pitt with your hair like that. But the other problem is with this movie, there's so much drama around it, right? Because she met Harry Styles on set, cheated on her man there, and then also
The main
Shia
girl.
LaBeouf walked off the movie.
That too.
And she came out during the whole Me Too movement, was like, oh, because of allegations against Homegirl, we can't have part of this movie. And then Shia LaBeouf goes, no, hold on. I quit because Homegirl was a cunt. I don't want to work with her. And then he released a video of her begging him to stay on this film. He said, I just can't. I can't work
Wow.
with her.
I remember Shia LaBeouf said something like he just didn't want to be a part of it because of her, but then she said that she didn't like his demeanor.
Yeah, she said he was difficult on, on
exactly,
set.
yeah.
And then he released a video being like, none of that happened.
Yeah, he said it was because she wasn't giving the actors enough rehearsal time for these difficult scenes that were really long. It's like you're
She's
not,
getting too much shit for nothing.
No, she's too pretty to give her that much shit.
but also maybe she's lying.
Save for the ugly ones.
She's awesome.
She's also a good director.
Yeah, I'm a fan of her.
She is.
You don't like her, Chin?
No, because I don't like anyone that cheats on.
She didn't. You don't know the story.
Pussy.
Oh my gosh! Come on, dude.
You don't know what was going on, but you don't know. They like,
Apparently, So Jason
God
Sudeikis brought his
knows
kids.
What happened with those? They're in Hollywood. They never see each other. Literally, when you're Jason Sudeikis and you're her, and then
Right.
you don't see
Yeah,
each other for a
validate
whole
cheating,
year.
Brian.
No,
validate.
And then they
Validate.
broke up. They were probably broken
So I remember
up.
everyone on set was there
They were
when
already
Jason.
estranged.
my
They
thing
were
is-
already
Oh,
broken up.
but here's what happened though. So Jason.
We don't know what happened.
No, this is what I.
No one knows what
Okay,
happened.
fine.
No,
What I read.
let me
is
tell you what
Jason's-
he thinks happened.
Jason Sudeikis brought his kids on set to visit the mother.
Yeah.
His
You
wife.
don't know what he-
And then so they felt
this
weird
actually
because
happened,
they knew
dude.
something was happening with him or
Because
her
the
and Harry
cast
Styles.
knew she was hooking on with
Yeah,
Harry
yeah.
Styles.
This is what the
awkward.
And
press
that's why the
says.
other girl doesn't know. But that's, to be honest, to Chin's point, to back that point up, B.
Come on, Brian.
That other girl that
happens.
Shia LaBeouf had an issue with, she won't promote or talk about the movie because she doesn't like the way.
For the longest time, yeah.
Yeah, she
showed up to a couple.
They're like, it's so weird she won't promote the movie, and she don't want to be part of it because she didn't like the way Olivia Wilde handled the Jason Sudeikis situation. Now,
I don't even believe that.
Now, here's the problem. Here's the problem. I don't judge any guy or girl who cheats on a significant other because I don't know what the fuck the details are. Exactly. So, like, Neo got busted cheating, right? Or Homeboy with Khloe Kardashian. I don't know what the fuck happened. I have no clue what they're dealing with. Especially when you get kids involved, like who knows? And they could have an agreement where it's an open relationship, or when I'm on set, you know, if I'm a different area code, I can suck some big black dick. I don't know what the deal is.
Who knows?
I don't know the deal.
You can?
No, I can't.
We can't.
But I'm saying Olivia Wilde could.
I'm not buying anything the press says about this shit.
I'm looking at this particular situation
this is
because
Hollywood bullshit.
Wait, so Bryce, I'm looking at this particular situation as a single thing because he served her papers while she's on stage because he's so bitter about what happened.
He has no control.
He has no.
This is what I'm talking about. Me
and Bryan are a little older, and we've been through.
Older, I'm older than you.
No, but we're married, right? With kids. So when you serve someone, you don't have any control.
I used to be a process server. Just so you know,
you have no control when it happens.
No,
so you should know
this. I do.
No,
I used to work.
You should know this.
You do. The server does. But wait, the server
I know exactly what I'm.
But wait,
I have to know when someone's on.
Chin. What happened was,
Chin.
I'm telling you, I was.
Sudeikis
No, I'm
was
saying
not the
Chin
one.
knows.
Sudeikis wasn't like server when she's on stage.
Bryan?
That's not how it works.
I don't know.
Bryan, have you ever worked as a process server?
I know a lot about.
I used to work in a service,
but he's done it.
I know, but I'm telling you that if you say otherwise, you're wrong.
He's done it, B.
I don't give a fuck. If you say otherwise, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
No, that doesn't work, though, B. He
yes,
did
it does.
I'm
Excuse
sorry,
me,
Bryan.
guys. When you serve, so when someone is
have you been served, B?
papers,
Have you been
hold
served?
on.
No, have you been served?
No, I've never.
I've been served. Have you been served?
No, but I've served many people.
You've been served what?
I've been served.
But I'm talking about so with a divorce.
That's
I have a
okay,
lot of
wait,
friends
no, this
that
isn't
have
a divorce.
I have a lot of friends that have been dealt this or papers. What happens is, especially if you're a celebrity, is they're very hard to get in touch with. So what always happens, they go, the only time I'm going to be able to get close to that person,
we know they're
I
going to
have
be here
touch
at this
them,
date,
is when they're at that date. Okay, so the server. So when you say it goes through a process. He's not saying hit her when she's there.
No. Yeah, you're right, Brett. I'm with you on that.
No,
too,
he didn't say that. We're saying the server knew exactly.
But
what
okay, so he could.
That's their job.
Here's what the
server also came out and said, "I regret doing that," or like,
oh, they got annihilated.
The choice could be
Vegas.
Sure.
He knows when she's at different locations, but he chose to pick this particular one. Like this is where this is the best place to serve her.
The only time he could.
Yeah.
Trying to get close to a celebrity and touch them is really
There's
hard.
other times too, though, bro, that they could serve. I've served so many different times in different areas.
Yes, I know, but what I'm saying is they had tried many, many times.
I think the main point here is like I'm sure he was upset. There wasn't like a open relationship where she could bone other dudes.
It was
more like
we don't know. Hollywood's crazy.
I'm going off of what I'm seeing here. So this is what I'm thinking.
But we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
This is what you're thinking.
That's why I don't judge.
I like what you're doing.
It's like Will Smith and Jada Smith.
I'm not stirring the pot.
It's like Will Smith and Jada Smith. It's like she had her side piece bring her on family vacation. I don't know their. I don't know their agreement. I don't know. To me, I'm like, that I would never do. That's insane. To them, that's their agreement.
But you know what I think? You know what I see when I see Jada Pinkett and Will Smith. I see a couple that have made that relationship work for a long fucking time.
Oh,
How about that?
I see chaos.
How about giving some?
Oh, not me. I see a lady who took advantage of him. I see a lady that has it her way. If it goes the other way, she freaks the fuck out. I see a lady that pushed him to slap Chris Rock. He's so embarrassed by the situation.
Nah, he's responsible for his own.
But did you see that video of Jada Pinkett Smith going
in the video?
Sorry, there was another one where she talks about Will Smith creating this 40th birthday party, and she was like, it was the most narcissistic thing. He's like, I planned this birthday party for 3 years, and you were like, you're disgusting. How dare you make my birthday all about you? It was like, it was extremely telling.
No, have you ever seen when she goes live on Instagram and he goes, they're in the kitchen, he goes, what the fuck are you doing? She goes, no, honey, and he goes, hold on, what are you doing?
But he was
I don't want to be on your fucking
diplomatic
show right
as
now.
possible. He's like, social media is my bread and butter, and I'd really appreciate it if you gave me a little heads up before you put me in a live video.
He's like, could you just wait till I make my fucking eggs?
Yeah, that's going to be.
No, she's a cunt. Let's be cool. She's a cunt.
I would say that that's somebody who has a never-ending need for attention.
Yeah.
And they might both be that way. And there's a competition sometimes when two people like that are under the same roof.
Well, there's no competition, but yeah.
Yes.
That's why they said
Which then builds somewhat
animosity,
resentment.
and also that's why they say you can only have one headshot in the household. Yeah. But her headshot is the Red Table Talk, right? And he's in Bad Boys 7, right? What's up? So there's not much.
Where is Red Table aired? Where?
Facebook, because they pay her, give money.
Probably at their house. I think they probably recorded.
Yeah, they do it.
Did you get it on
They do it out of the kitchen of their house. They turn their whole house upside down to film that once a week. And he has to walk by while she's talking about sucking Tupac's dick. That's his life, Brian.
Like that's what they always say. You may think that guy over there has a better life than you, but if you get real close to it, you might change.
Oh no, his life's better than mine. Yeah,
might change him.
No, but it's Will Smith. His life is so much better than ours. Yeah, keep
You
going.
think so?
Oh no, I mean him slapping. He could just be like, oh Hollywood, fuck off,
I know.
and then ride into the sunset with a golden horse.
Yeah. Right.
What do you do on that golden horse though? After a while, it gets.
You ride in your giant mansion, get a helicopter, and then make sweet Instagram videos like he's doing.
I don't know. Sounds like a bore.
But think about it, he's been in Hollywood. He's been creating
30 years.
30 years.
35
You're all set, dude.
I agree. Ooh, what is this?
So this is I guess an interesting
Why
conversation.
Is this outrageous?
No, so if your girl wore like a really tiny,
Yeah.
I would say,
thong
I'm like,
at
come
a-
on, there's dads around here. What are you trying to do? Get
oh no, there's
fucked
kids.
at the
Also,
water
there's a
park?
bunch of kids too.
Wait, let me see this.
So this is what happened here, and then this girl, it became viral because the girl said, "Is this okay to do in a family location?"
I think it is.
For a family water park or not.
Is she there with her kid?
She's with her boyfriend, but there's a bunch of kids around.
Yeah, it's just.
I would say it's distasteful. Like you don't need to do that.
Appropriate for
Like,
a family
and that's
water
not
park.
that's a string bikini that we're
very
looking
European.
at. So for the audible listeners, we're looking at a girl in like the wave pool, and she's in a string bikini with her
Yeah.
cheeks out.
Well, not a string bikini, right? That would
mean,
be
that's like-
one piece with a thong.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
That's no
but
thong.
string-
That's a
Tummy
bit-
is covered. Tummy's covered. Her breasts are covered, but it is a thong
But
that's
you
going
can't have
right
your
up her
tits
ass.
out. It's America.
The girl next to her, it's got a few inches more swimsuit on that's considered appropriate.
Where?
The difference.
Isn't that funny
over
though?
her
There's
right,
so
like,
there's
you
a
can't see
difference.
it right now,
So
but
one
back up a
inch,
few seconds.
1 inch, nobody bats an eye, and then an inch in, it's about 2 inches less fabric, and everybody freaks out.
You'll
It's
see her
interesting.
cheeks in a second. I'm just saying that's to the right is considered a normal bathing suit.
Yeah.
You back up like
Part of it's also because she's got a great ass, and so it's sexually suggestive.
no one loves a nice rumper more than me, right?
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. Am I at Hooters? Listen, if you're
dang it.
in a string bikini at my kid's fucking pool party, you got to come on. You know what you're doing, right? You're doing this blasted cheeks.
I think it's fine. Kids see a lot more than that.
If my girl wore, I'd be like,
right
before
here?
we went out, I'd be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, there's kids, there's dad. Like, we don't want this attention.
that would
It's
be-
about the kids. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Now, she's there without her kids. She's with her boyfriend. Also, what are you guys doing? But,
Yeah.
bathing
why would you
suit
go
right
to why would you go to water park with your boyfriend, right? It's a
Yeah.
kid's thing.
Yeah.
It's a parent thing.
It might be a first date, buddy.
Weird first date.
Yeah, that's a
get
crazy
weird.
first date. All right, so this is someone tagged us in this, but this is from No Jumper. Apparently, Instagram has banned all Pornhub accounts across their platform. The main IG account with 13 million followers has been deleted. So I guess Visa and MasterCard, they won't let people that own those cards buy anything from Pornhub anymore.
Oh, but I can
Because-
buy jewelry from Blood Diamonds. You're fine with it, MasterCard?
Because of a
American
child
Express?
pornography thing, though.
Well, you
apparently.
know,
Okay,
Wells
makes
Fargo
sense.
suspended all porn stars.
How stupid is that?
accounts.
How stupid is that?
Yeah. They were like,
The
no,
plan
because you make
is-
money off of porn. It's like, fuck off, Wells Fargo.
So basically, someone that apparently was 13 years old was on a Pornhub site, and I guess their mother company or their network, they're like Visa and MasterCard are not allowing people to pay for that site anymore because they say that they knew about this happening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
Yeah, anytime.
But how can you like? There's so many, millions of videos out there. How can you tell when something's going on? I don't know.
billions, son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Billion, son.
But it's just a weird hard line to dive into, right?
Yeah. I mean, we don't know enough about it, so. But that was interesting. This one here.
Vegas Magic Show, Patreon masturbates backstage. Hey, that's not
This-
a wand.
This is at a comedy show. Oh, so basically, the Laugh Factory in Vegas. I don't know if you guys ever played there.
I haven't.
You haven't?
No. They asked you
It
to
happened there.
They asked you to do Tuesday through Sunday.
So this is a fetish. There are people that
Yeah, so
Wait,
this
that's the guy
magician.
jacking it?
No, Murray the magician. Someone walked in backstage and took his clothes brought it with him and then started masturbating with his clothes.
That's
Likely
a
scenario.
fetish people do. They do weird shit.
Do we have video of this?
Yeah, there is video.
Someone
people-
took my clothes, dressed like me, put on a wig, and
this is a weird
masturbated.
fetish. People break into people's houses and jerk off in the closet. all
Serial
kinds of
killers
stuff.
do it. They jack after the murder site.
Christ.
They come back to the murder
That's
site.
right.
You sure know a lot about that, Brian.
That's how they fought. That's how they caught the Green River Killer.
Correct, Brian.
So this guy,
Oh, this is what he's into.
So he snuck in. He's backstage where the
Yep.
magician hangs.
yep. He grabbed his
And
clothes.
he gets out of. He pulls his cape and then just starts jacking it. Boy, this guy gets problems.
interesting.
Well, it's a gay man, right? He's gonna vape.
They're not going to show as much, but he grabbed his clothes earlier and then started jacking off.
So is he wearing the magician's clothes?
No, he just grabbed it earlier.
He just smelled it. Smelled the
This
magic.
Let me
is
just play it
where
again.
He
Hold
wants
on.
to masturbate.
So you see, he got the clothes here.
And did he ejaculate?
Actually, he might be wearing the clothes, Brad,
Yeah, maybe.
because it looks different.
So a lot of times you just put on somebody else's clothes and you jerk off.
A little rouge.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
Nothing like a
whatever you're
little,
into, buddy.
Nothing like a little rouge.
What a
in
weird place to do
jack-off
it.
session, right?
Yeah.
Am I right? A little rouge.
Rouge. Oh, rouge.
Octorone.
All right. The first one we got here, judge orders White House turnover emails Fauci, Jean-Pierre sent big text. So there are a couple state attorney generals
Collusion.
are suing the Biden administration with the allegation that there was some sort of collusion between big tech and the White House as far as censoring.
Oh well, we know the White
any
House for a
statements.
fact contact Twitter and Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's really coming out as, is something that's beyond just conspiracy. Obviously, people have been saying this for a while, but it could be that there's hard evidence that they've censored any dissenting opinions
Yep.
about the
Oh, yeah.
mainstream COVID narrative.
If you're just coming privy to this, you're an idiot.
And stuff that is now accepted as truth.
Yes.
Yeah. So we may very well learn some very interesting things.
So you know why they say that he said masks don't work in the beginning was because he didn't want anybody. They were afraid they'd run out of masks for first responders.
Yeah. And that's fair, but now you can't trust anything he says.
Yeah, we also
because-
know that's a lie, right?
So you're lying then, you're lying now. You lie now, you lie then.
Yeah.
You know.
Which time are you lying?
Either way, you've lied to the public, so
Yeah.
but you promise you're telling the
Don't get me stuck on that. Yeah. I'll get this whole show flagged.
Mark Zuckerberg had some very interesting things to say about all this in this interview. I thought it was really interesting. Missing teen found.
Give us one more, Chin. I get a roll.
Okay. You go, man.
Oh yes, this one's super interesting.
What is this?
Couple really interesting true crime ones today. So this guy in Las Vegas, it's like a city controller or some sort of administrative official. His home was raided because there was this reporter writing these scathing stories about him and his oversight of the office. He loses the election because of these stories. Then a few weeks later, the guy who wrote the stories, this 60-year-old journalist, is found dead in his home.
Damn.
And it's a little bit suspicious. So the home of Las Vegas County administrative official was raided by cops Wednesday in connection with the fatal stabbing of local investigative reporter Jeff German, whom he had previously accused of targeting him in a smear campaign.
Do you have video of him getting stabbed?
That guy.
German, a 69-year-old Las Vegas Review-Journal reporter, had spent months reporting on the turmoil surrounding Tellus's oversight of the office, including allegations of emotional stress, bullying, and favoritism, and threats of stabbing. Just kidding. According to the outlet, the administrator, 45, had lost his re-election bid in June's primary election in the wake of German's reporting being published.
And he kept tweeting.
He's wearing gloves and a large hat.
He kept tweeting stuff like, "Wife hears rust in the trash. Honey, is there a wild animal in the trash?" And he says, "No, dear. Look, it looks like the reporter going through our trash for his fourth story on me. Oh, Jeff." And so he killed him?
It would seem so, because, again, a 69-year-old investigative journalist, I'm sure he doesn't have, it's not like he's involved in organized crime or something.
Yeah. That's him with the crazy eyes and yellow teeth?
That's what I did.
He got stabbed.
That's the journalist right there.
That sucks.
And but it's
well, that's
The guy doesn't look suspicious at all.
I know. That's like super suspicious.
that hat's amazing.
if you have time for one more, there's a crazy one.
Yeah.
All right, give us one more.
So
Let's not end on that one.
missing teen Gabriel Michael Davies found safe, then arrested for murder. This is a wild story. He went from missing person to the subject of a murder investigation. Basically,
I'm in.
This kid goes missing for a few days. They don't know where he is. He's like 16. They find his car and it's like crashed and there's blood inside and the cell
it says
phone
Washington
smashed.
State teenager who vanished on his way to football practice last week has been accused of plotting his own disappearance to avoid being arrested for the murder of his mother's ex-boyfriend.
Wow.
Gabriel Davies, 16, was reported missing by his family after failing to show up for football practice. Probably not a very good player. Authorities had launched a frantic search for the teen when they found his car abandoned with blood smeared inside, his cell phone shattered on the ground. But in strange turn of events, officials revealed Davis was found safe on September 1st under suspicious circumstances. Just an hour later, end up nabbing him and his friends on murder charges over the death of 51-year-old Daniel McCall.
So he and his friends did it just because.
Why did they do it? He's a handsome kid. His life's fucked.
Yeah.
Prosecutors say the alleged elaborate orchestrated saga started to unravel when authorities discovered McCall's rotting body shot and stabbed to death inside his Ording home earlier in September 1st after he failed to show up for work several days later. Oof. Investigators determined that McCall has been in previous relationships with Davies' mom, Amanda, and that the three had once lived together in the victim's home. The couple had just split just weeks before the murder. Officials also became suspicious of Davies after he was located by search teams roughly 36 hours after being reported missing, close to where authorities found his abandoned car.
He did it with his friends?
Yeah, and then the plot thickens because his dad is alleging, like, he's like, yeah, okay, sure. There's this surveillance footage of the kid and his buddy like coming out of the guy's house with like guns and ammo, and he's like, no. It was the guy's biker friends that made him go in and steal stuff. Like the whole story is very convoluted.
This is McCall's home that allegedly showed Davies and Yoon crawling through a doggy door in the early hours wearing gloves. Well, he's fucked.
Was an Asian dude.
Yeah, and he's like,
That's who did it?
Well, the Asian dude and the son. I think it's funny that they make the criminals wear masks.
Oh, God.
Like, hey, man, before you get sentenced to life for murder, let's make sure you don't get COVID.
Two 16-years. What a surprise.
Oh, their life's over, man.
They left a trail.
Dude, I was watching a show on Netflix. I forget what it is. Oh, I'm a Killer. They have got their new season.
I've never seen that.
It's good. After the first minute, you're like, all right. But they have one on there with this guy. He was down and out on his luck. He was high on meth. He had 2 kids and a wife. And he took a 16-year-old hostage, and the cops are chasing him. He gets to an airport where there's a plane, and this pilot goes, hey, let the kid go. I'll take his spot. If you're going to take a hostage, take me. Don't take the 16-year-old. He has his full life ahead of him. He was like, okay, cool, say less. He goes in there. He's on the plane. He didn't realize at the time when he was on the plane, he thought he's just high in meth. He's not thinking clearly. He thinks, I can just fly to another county. I'll get away from this. You're a moron. But as he's negotiating with the hostage negotiator, there's people under the plane taking the air out of the tires so the plane can't fly off. And he's like, he realized that. And then he poked his head out of the door to negotiate. Sniper, boom, right in the chest, shoots him in the chest. Doesn't kill him. He goes, oh, hell no. He said he just reacted, shot the pilot in the head, kills him. So he was like 16 or 18 when that happened. He gets life in prison. So they're interviewing him, and he's an older, wiser man now. He goes, I wish that was the worst day of my life. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. He goes, but is it fair when you do something when you're 16?
When your brain's not
developed. Yeah, that's what he said. He goes, I'm in prison for the rest of my life.
We have juvenile.
For one mistake. He was and it was a horrible mistake. I get somebody's life was taken. But should I be put down?
Because you're such a different person.
That's what he said. He goes, I'm much wiser now. Like, I wish I could talk to that kid because my life is ruined.
Yeah.
And he goes, if I can get out, I can be much more benefit to society, telling people, like, don't let one situation dictate the rest of your life. Yeah. And as he's talking, like, I kind of get it.
Of course.
But then they show the family of the pilot who died. You're like, I also get their side.
Well,
that's why the show's good.
If you're 16, there's a reason there's juvenile detention. Your brain isn't fully developed.
I think he was 18, so he went to big boy prison.
Yeah, it's tough.
Holding the homie's pockets. I want you to hold my pocket.
What?
Hold my pocket.
Okay. Guys,
and let Nick
go see Brennan in Appleton, Wisconsin, September 8th.
I'm waking up at 3 a.m. for you tomorrow. Literally, I need to go pack and get on the fucking flight
then you're in the Ontario Improv, September 15th, 16th, 17th.
Appleton, Wisconsin, this Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then Los Angeles, Hollywood, Schaub and Friends, at the Hollywood Improv in LA's one night, one show only at 8 p.m., September 13th. That same night, my show's at 8. I will also be at the Comedy Store with Sam Tripoli in the main room with Santino, some other great comics. But the tour comes back in Ontario, California, Ontario Improv, September 15th to 17th. And I end September in Boston, September 29th through October 1st. Those tickets are almost sold out Thursday through Friday at Laugh Boston. And then just announced, we just added San Jose, Salt Lake City, all great, grand, wonderful. But Calgary, Canada, we came to an agreement. Your boys come to Canada first time like 5 years. I'm in Calgary, Canada, one night only, October 27th, the Thursday night in Calgary, Canada. Tickets just went on sale.
Calgary.
Go get them, you
You're
savages.
gonna love Calgary.
Thanks, man. I've been to Calgary many times.
Kids, Raleigh this weekend, tomorrow, September 8th, 9th, and 10th. Then I got San Jose, California Improv, September 15th, 16th, 17th. Spokane, Washington, Spokane Comedy Club, September 22, 23, 24. Tacoma, Washington, Tacoma Comedy Club, September 29, 30, October 1. Get your fucking tickets. Let's go.
Is that it?
That's it. This is the Fine Kid. We're out.